Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Jason Miles, and welcome to a very special Thanksgiving, Colonizer Food Day. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know. Holiday edition, the call-in show. If you look right here at the corner of your screen, or is it this side? This side. This is reverse because it's camera. The corner of your screen, you will see the number, area code 510-319-1899. Again, that's area code 510-319-1899. Call in. The phone lines are open. I will be joined by another TIR crew member shortly. I think that person's rather intoxicated. I just looked down on my phone and I saw a text message, dude, give me a link, coming in. All I got is 90 minutes. I was like, that person sounds like they are probably a little lit. So hopefully they make it. I don't see them here just yet. Sune, thank you so much. The party line is open. All major credit cards accepted. We're footing the bill for the phone line, dude. So it's all to the good. So I'm hoping this crew member shows up. Originally, I'll be honest with you guys, I think I said this on the show last night. This show was about Cuba. Cuba hit me up, like, what did I say, last month? It's like, hey, I'm down to do this show, like a call-in show. People can call in and ask me questions about my real life. And I can tell them about the Department of Defense and all this other stuff. And I was like, that sounds so cool. But unfortunately, he can't. He's doing super secret fucking Cuba shit right now. And he couldn't make it. But that's fine. And everybody else is doing, family stuff. But there is one person that is done doing their family stuff. And I see them sipping a beverage right now, and it didn't look like a glass of water. So I can't predict how off the rails this is going to go. Everyone, please welcome my homie, Mac.
I think we can see what side of the feud I come down on.
So I've yet to meet a person, and I've had literal Torontonites. Is that a word? Torontonites? Is that what they're called? Torontons?
Torontians, because it's got that weird, English TIA, so it's not TNs, it's shins.
And I've asked them, and I fucking asked them. I was like, is Toronto, man? I don't believe that shit's real. I've been to Toronto a few times, not hella times, but enough times to be like, oh, I've been to Toronto.
Yeah,
I know. I've not just like walked by and saw the fucking Niagara Falls. I mean, like, I've been in the city, walked around and played shows and talked to the people, and not one person came up to me and was like, dim, man, bruh. Nobody did that bullshit. Never. So I don't think it's real. I think it's all for the internets.
Listen, all we need to know is Drake sucks, Kendrick's rad, and that's the end of the story. Okay.
I think Kendrick is a much better rapper.
Okay, so this is what I love most. After Drake files the lawsuit against his own record label, which he does share with Kendrick.
Yes.
Okay. Not Like Us immediately moves into the top 20 most listened songs on Apple Music and Spotify. When the details finally come out in the press, it immediately moves up to number 5 on Apple Music and like 10 on Spotify. He drops his new album like fucking midnight, GNX, and guess what the top 12 most listened to songs on Apple Music are?
What is it?
Every track off that record.
I haven't heard it. I have not heard the new album. I might.
Bro, the musical part of your brain is going to go from 6 to midnight.
I saw a little bit of the video, or one of the videos. Nowadays every song is a video for a lot of people, which is cool. And I saw he has a lot of like shout outs, and he even had like Bay Area, like actual Bay Area turf dancers and stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. Like,
He
this
had a
dude on this Unite the West mission is a sight to behold.
dude. The mariachi singer on the record is from like sings outside of Dodger Stadium like every home game.
Kendrick Lamar is doing a fucking a class on quote unquote authenticity. He's winning hip hop right now in a very interesting way.
And I'm gonna say, like I said last night, dude, it's gonna be hilarious, and we're gonna hear Drake crying above all this when 84,000 people in the stadium and 112 million people between the ages of 1 and 91 just all sing A minor, all in the same key, all at the same time when he's performing that show during that song during
Well, you
halftime.
saw that. You know who else got mad? You know, Lil Wayne has been getting mad at this whole thing about the Super Bowl, which is, again, it's made up BS, right? The Super Bowl halftime show isn't a real tradition. It's relatively new. It's a knee-jerk reaction to In Living Color trying to one up the Super Bowl one year, if you
Listen,
remember that.
it's real to me because I got to see Janet Jackson's nipple. Okay, like it was real to me,
But
Jason.
well, here I'll give you an example. I'll give you a perfect example. Like the whole well, why isn't what's that guy Lil Wayne doing it? Because he's from New Orleans. Why do you think that the local band does it? There was a little bit of a tiff because Metallica was mad when the Super Bowl was in the Bay Area that they didn't get to play it. Because you know who played it that year? Beyonce. That bitch is from Houston. She is not from California. She's not from the Bay. Didn't anybody fucking whine? She did this whole fake ass Black Panther fucking bullshit.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
the one. Yeah, I had a soldier that lost $700 on prop bets. Yeah. He's like, "Hey Mac, they keep showing the Golden Gate Bridge even though it's in Santa Clara. I think they're going to keep showing it. I'm going to throw down $110 that they show it 6 more times." And I'm like, "Why are you betting on that? Why is that a thing?"
Because he saw the future, and the future is the money line and all that other bullshit that used to be what people bet on. That's still a thing, but it's about like fantasy bets. Does somebody throw for 2 touchdowns? And I can't stand it.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it.
There's a YouTube party tonight. Says I was born halfway between Niagara and Toronto in a depressing city called Hamilton. I know Hamilton for some odd reason. I don't think we ever played there, but
A YouTube party. I went to see a CFL game in Hamilton.
That's why.
And that stadium is roughly the size of a high school stadium in Texas. It was very cozy, very intimate.
Well, can we agree that high school stadiums in Texas are like when you fly out of certain parts of Texas and you look down, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's all the high school stadiums?
Hey,
yeah.
YT, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Ticats stadium only seats like 18,000 people.
That's probably right.
And I think there's like 6 high school stadiums in Texas alone that seat more than 25,000.
Mac, we have a call already, and we have to take the call.
Let's fucking go.
Now, I will warn you, Mac. I don't know why this is. The person won't be able to hear you. They'll be able to hear me, but not you.
Okay.
But you'll be able to hear them.
Okay. That'll work.
So let's get this party started. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Oh, can you hear us? Uh-oh. Give me 1 second, Mac. Be entertaining for 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, but Nima, you're right. The fucking stadiums these days for high schools are ridiculous. And these aren't like pro stadiums where, you know, the city, the county, the state all pitch in. This is like the local community raising funds. And then you get some rich twat that's like, "Hey man, I'm going to put some money down too." And then he becomes like essentially the donor extraordinaire for that high school. It's nuts, man. The way we deal with sports in this country, as much as I love them, as much as Jason loves them, the way we do it is stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
we got I think I fixed the problem. Caller, calling from a 559 area code. What is your name and where are you calling from? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Can he not hear us? Caller. Oh no.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Now we can. I'm sorry. The volume on my phone was
No.
down. So we can.
Oh, it happened.
Yeah.
Well, good. No, I'm calling from. We went to go visit some family up in the Lake States, and going to be heading back to California. Probably in like a week or so. But anyhow, no, I wanted to call and say, hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and hope everybody. The show last night, by the way, was great. Demonetized or not, just a lot of important things, and especially, Jason, I will say again, as a Vikings fan, thank you. You know what I'm thankful for, and I want to remain thankful. I'm just saying, when he started throwing interceptions, don't even think I didn't think that, and that's a correlation. Mac, you know it, and I know it.
Mm-hmm.
We all know it, and it's like, God damn it, Jason, whatever it is you have to do, damn it, just go ahead and do it. Look, she's cute, I know, but I talked to Sam. He's like, look, man, you can't be doing me like that. You just tell him to quit it. I mean, you want to get it after the season, that's fine.
Ken, thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful holiday and a very safe trip back to the gorgeous state of California.
Right on me. You guys have a good one.
All right, peace out.
See, this is what Ken messed up. Sam started throwing interceptions when Jason stopped laying pipe. Because what you guys don't know about Sam is a cuck and likes to watch Jason go to work. And Jason couldn't get out there to throw that dick down. And he couldn't get his cuck fix. So he just fell apart.
The people that don't watch the sports show are like, what the fuck did I tune into? My Meemaw is here.
Oh, Meemaw? Sorry, not sorry. This is how the BTR crew rolls, man.
You wanted to see what fucking Jerome watches on Wednesday.
That's right.
Why he's so pro Bernie. He likes that Sanders, gentlemen. That's why Meemaw. Because I fuck Sam Darnold's wife.
I throw that dick down.
The ASMR. I don't even know how many letters are in there. It doesn't even matter. We're gonna make a hazelnut latte today.
That's right. See, Jason is the John Elway of cucking husbands. And Sam's into it. So when he sees Mrs. Darnold just taking the long dick of the law from Jason, he's like, I'm going to go out and throw 4 touchdowns tomorrow.
I wish sometimes that these lies were my life, because it would be so much more interesting.
It's actually closer to what Tony said. You're not fucking Sam Darnold's wife. You're drowning in the shower.
Just walking around my neighborhood, kicking rocks, all sad.
Still blowing water out of your nose.
Very traumatizing episode for me, where it just kind of killed sex in the shower for me forever.
Yep. Oh, Mr. Crash, I'm with you. Mustard. Mm-hmm.
Before you came in, I said, I think my TIR co-host is going to be a little lubricated this evening.
I did not have anything to drink today.
Shit.
I stayed sober around my mother because she started spewing nonsense the minute I got there. And then I had like a bunch of cousins and her friends show up, and it turned into this just Trump jerk off circle jerk.
Hey, who had a Trump fest at their dinner table? Please call in, because I want to hear all the stories about people saying wonderful shit about Trump. I think that shit's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
Or even better, who had some like fucking angry lib? There's probably more people that had angry lib family members that were like,
Yeah.
Kamala, they didn't want to vote for a black woman because racist America.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I told Jason this, chat, and here's the funny thing. My mother started railing about illegal immigration. And I said, okay, you do realize that corporations such as Walmart, Smithfield, large agricultural conglomerates all utilize, undocumented migrants to work because they don't have to pay them. I was like, they're the most easily exploitable labor that they can find. And she's like, well, it's because, white Americans won't do it. And I was like, I wouldn't say that they won't do it, but they want to be compensated adequately. And she immediately goes into, it doesn't take much to pick fruit. And I was like, okay, all right. Which then sends her into this tangent of we need to get rid of Mexicans and Ecuadorians and Canadians for whatever reason, because I didn't realize they were flooding the northern border to try and run away from, better healthcare than they have here.
Yeah,
and then
Trump is naming all kinds of borders.
And then she mentions Puerto Ricans. And I said, Mom, Puerto Ricans are Americans. Puerto Rico is a commonwealth of the United States. And she goes, well, they're not real Americans. Oh,
she means in the Hulk Hogan kind of way.
Yeah.
Like you're not like buff playing a guitar with
ripping off your shirt.
Yeah. That's a real American. If you're miming playing a guitar and ripping off your shirt with like images of American bullshit, like the Statue of Liberty and what else is American that people give a shit about? Las Vegas. I don't
know. The Gateway Arch in St. Louis.
The Gateway Arch. What else is like some American? A hamburger, some overweight person on a rascal in a Walmart. Like if they're not having American shit behind you, then
yeah.
Are you even trying?
And honestly, the part that was the best for the evening, which was towards the end of it, was one of her addle-brained, smooth as a marble brained friends that came over, tried to explain what a tariff was. And then I just opened up my phone and was like, here's the definition of tariff. And it's not anything you said. And you don't
liberal phone.
Yeah, I was like, you don't understand how they work. And he's like, well, then how do they work? And I pulled up the opening scene from Ferris Bueller where Ben Stein's explaining, the Hawley tariff and how bad it was for the economy. And I was like, well, that's what tariffs are. And he's like, Trump will make it better. Oh, okay.
Trump's dick is like a salve on the economy.
That's right. When you buy the Trump Bible, you'll get this Make America Great sperm. It's my own sperm. Laura Loomer helped me make it. For all you MAGA ladies out there, we will repopulate America with MAGA children.
Like, look, we got some more calls. We're going to take some more calls. I'm confused at how Trump's tariffs are going to win. Did you see the president of Mexico, my president, Claudia Sheinbaum, talk about the tariffs? And
she gave this speech about like,
look,
came from.
The crime is coming from y'all. We don't make guns here. Like, first and foremost, let's get that shit straight. And the drug use.
I just read a phenomenal book called Gun Country, and it was about gun capitalism that popped up in the years after the Second World War. excuse me, guys. It was written by Dr. Andrew McKevitt, who was a guest on my old history podcast. And he's a phenomenal writer. I highly suggest everybody reads it, whether you like privately owned weapons or not. But he talked in detail about how we went from kind of tolerating private gun ownership to where in the post-World War II era, when you had a bunch of people coming home from war that really got into shooting, they started buying all this surplus. And there were a couple people that popped up and took all these European surplus weapons and flooded the market in the United States. And then you talked about like the 1968, with all the assassinations happened, Bobby Kennedy, King, like Lyndon B. Johnson was trying to figure out a way to literally cut off all firearm sales in the United States and just knew it wasn't going to happen. And that's where the NRA kind of reared its ugly head, and turned on this idea that the Second Amendment has nothing to do with a well-regulated militia. It has to do with, it's our God-given right for us to own all the guns, and it is literally gun capitalism that has we have 330 million people in this country. Only 110 million can own weapons. And we have over 410 million privately owned weapons in this country.
Oh, it's more people than weapons. And it's like the amount of, I think the last stat that I read was the average gun owner. The average is 7 firearms. It's the average.
Well, I'm below average then. I only got 3.
There you go. You know what? I said the same thing.
2 testicles and that hog.
Calling from an 843 area code. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
This is my brother Jason Miles. From across the way, across the time zone. Have you been clapping them cheeks, giving thanks? Like the pilgrims of old.
Pog Chaser, Dr. King.
I've been okay. Seen better days. It's a rough holiday season for me. Pog Chaser, Dr. King, how has your Thanksgiving been?
It's been great. Ever since Sarah got figured out how to make some chitlins and rice. She put her foot inside of it. And I said, this bitch got a future.
Does she have a long butt or one of those big BBL white girl butts?
If you're talking about the BBL, I call it fraud. Not what God intended. God intended for the Caucasian woman to have a long butt. Unless she goes to the gym and does squats. Then and only then can she get the cheeks of God. Let's put in the work. The reparations must be paid in the gym.
Do you ever get strange looks when you're with your long-butted white girl, Pog Chaser, Dr. King?
I very rarely ever get looks. I'm too busy paying attention to that ass, my brother. They can't call me names because I have a fake mustache. Fake my death in Memphis. Nobody knows what I look like anymore. I've had more plastic surgery than Joan Rivers and Michael Jackson put together.
Have you tried Viagra to help you stay up for all of these large-butted white women?
Listen, my brother, I'm on a honey pack of Cialis. I'm harder than finding rice in a snowstorm all the time.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Dr. King, there's a question from the audience. Someone wants to know, do the Pogs have whiter cheeks during the winter?
Yes, they do. I can't no more. Yes, they do. I'm just thinking about the fact that my neighbors can hear me. Like, this motherfucker. Who the hell is he talking to? He just moved in a few months ago. It's crazy.
Yeah. Now you know what it's like for me when I do all this goofy shit and I walk out of my house. People always look
Well,
at me
there you
like, what do you do again for a living? Nothing, man. Don't worry about it. I work on the computer. That's what I said. I just work on the computer. I'm into video
You
games.
should tell me you have OnlyFans.
Sadly, I don't think anyone would know what that is here.
Not yet.
Yeah. I'm just saying that, once you debut your naked cooking channel, then that's when you'll blow up.
I'm so broke right now. I thought about that today, and the sad reality washed over me. That's probably the only way that I would ever get like big time notoriety would be like to just scald my cock while trying to film something and have that be the meme. And then 20 years later, I do some Vice documentary.
Mexican famous. You can get Mexican famous by in most. If you ever watch Telemundo, like Univision or something like that, right?
Yeah.
You remember like Sábado Gigante or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was a kid growing up in Puerto Rico, we would watch it, and there was always a goofy character that would like the whole bit was they would look into the camera and go whoa, after like some lady's boobs were being shown or something like that, like right? But it was always, and it was pretty racist because it was always a black guy. And when I knew he was Dominican, like I knew he was Spanish speaking, but it's like you could be that Dominican, Jason. You can lie to them and tell them that you're Dominican. And be like, I'll be the guy that looks in the camera and goes, whoa!
Someone said call the show the Sausage Factory. I mean, you could do a bunch of retarded shit, and then the reality is that I'm probably going to get hurt. And then again, 20 years later, I'll be sitting in front of a camera doing a Vice documentary or some shit like that. Like, it was just exploitation. It was exploitation for the clicks.
It was all Mac's fault.
Yeah.
All Mac's fault.
Right?
Yeah.
I just gave the people what they wanted, and what the people wanted was a charred penis.
Exactly. I couldn't take any more phone calls from some dude in Green Bay. It sounded like MLK. I just couldn't do it anymore. I had to break out.
I'm sitting there just fucking looking all sad like Janie Lane right before he killed himself in that last interview that still makes me cry whenever I see it. Where he's just like, nobody wanted to watch the shows talking about important shit. Put my dick in the deep fryer, and all of a sudden I'm a thing. Then I'm a thing. Isn't that right, Mac? And Mac said, "Yeah, that's a thing."
You take a long drag up a cigarette. You know what vegetable oil on your balls feels like? You better pray to God. You better pray to God you never find out. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, and then it's like, stay the fuck away from the internet, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
all them videos of them turkeys being dropped into deep frying oil and the flames come up. Your balls get like that too. Like, what the fuck? What was wrong with that?
That sadly is like the jackass like reality of where there'll be a whole episode about what happened to the leftist podcast, and then you'll be me and Amberly Frost and who else was Sam Cedar, will all be like sucking cocks for views. It's not a good look.
Ben's recording it though. He's like, listen, I didn't suck a dick. I just
You said Ben's recording?
Yeah.
I had a regular job the whole time.
Yeah. I paid my bills through real means of compensation.
Yeah, that's the sad.
Like you circle all the way back around to being into your Black and Mild era again, and you're sitting there smoking Black and Mild wines just with the wood tips.
Just that is my fear, Dizzle. What you're describing right now is after I do the ab cab cooking and just retarded stuff. It's like, you never saw a man cheese grate his balls, right?
You fall in such hard
I'm
times.
just saying, like that would be kind of funny. You have like a disfigured face off of that, and you have to explain that in a Mexican bar for the rest of your life. Like, dude, what happened to your face? Were you like in Afghanistan or like Iraq? Like the fucking frying pan when I was naked. Like, holy shit! And you're just screaming and crying and doing shots of tequila.
Like, you never cooked with a camera, buddy. And you're like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy?
Motherfucker.
What's up with that homeless
You don't
guy
understand. When the people want eggs, you give them eggs. You just crying, like everybody's like, "Oh shit!" The bartender's like, "Hey, amigo, you got it, bro. I'll see you tomorrow. But you better get out of here."
This is the same.
You know, and for whatever reason, he's played by Cheech Man.
Someone said there's a market for charred peeing on OnlyFans. There probably is. There's someone right now just fucking whacking ham to the idea of someone dipping their dickhead in some fucking deep fried grease.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. I'm one. You know, I'm a mass deportation away from selling the feet pics, and you know, and I got a good ass job too. Like I got VA disability, and I'm an engineer. And if I'm struggling, damn, I can, you know, I'm just saying. You hear about that, you know what? I'm not going to bring the mood down. Okay?
Yeah,
I'm not talking about Trump.
Don't do that.
I'm talking about Democrats.
No, we're gonna keep it
listen,
light. Mm-hmm.
Keep it light. Listen, flights to Thailand are inexpensive. Okay? Me, you, Mac, Bangkok for not sex tourism. How about that? June 2025.
I still think that's going to end up like a more ethnic hangover movie.
Did you hear that, Dizzle? Max says it's going to be a more ethnic hangover movie. Possibly.
You know? Yeah, exactly.
Except Jason's going to be the stew. And she's like, "Oh, it was beautiful, Stu. I came in you. You came on the floor. It was beautiful." And Jason's just like, "Oh my God, again?
Dizzle, thank you so much.
The dollar has a great exchange rate out there. I'm just saying.
I have a friend. I have a friend out there, and you are speaking my language. Thank you so much for calling. I hope you actually had a very nice holiday. And I am going to cut a clip of this MLK bit, so don't you even worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry. Listen, don't worry. Listen, all you guys know this is that booty, 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 rocking everywhere, and also peace up, A-Town down.
Peace. That is Dizzle McFizzle, aka Paul Chaser MLK. That was fun. I didn't expect to get, and I didn't, you know, when everything flipped I shouldn't say last minute. It took me a while to remind Kuba, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be flying." I didn't know which way the show was going to go, and then last night when you mentioned, "Oh, I'll come on," I listened to you, but I had no intention of hitting you up.
Bro, I needed this. This is my decompression time.
Oh, well, I appreciate it because I was like, let that man, you know, hang out with us, even if he's having a bad time.
Bro, I already have a Vice media documentary skit all like it's all
in your head now. Well, you know why I said that. So before the show goes on, I'm having, and you know my situation is going on right now. Everything horrible that can happen is happening, right? So the well dried out. It's empty. So I had to fill the well. And no one's here to chip in on filling the well.
So it's just Jason Miles dumping some water in the well.
I had to fill, yeah. So I had to fill the well. And that's not, well, I mean, it's not super expensive, but the only guy that would come out, and it's not a holiday here, but the only dude that would respond to me was double what we usually pay.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. And there's no one, usually everyone chips in, so there's no one here to chip in. Like, it's gonna be one of those days. So I found that there's new episodes of this show called The Dark Side of Reality TV.
Okay.
And I sent out a bunch of Thanksgiving because I learned I'm an old person with a cell phone, and I learned how to do add stickers, so I can kind of make myself an emoji, and my kids. So I sent my kids messages with them as like little emojis, and I sent a picture of me as a baby to my mom as a little emoji thing, and she was all excited. And this one person that I haven't talked to in for quite a long time hit me up, and they said, you had said, I was thinking about you the other day because the last conversation we had, you were going off on this tirade about authenticity, and I've been wanting to talk to you about that.
Jason went off on a tirade? No.
And I was like, oh, okay. No. And so then that helped me as I'm like walking through downtown Rosarito, and I'm going off again on the tirade about authenticity and how it played out politically. And then I said, let me watch this documentary on reality television, because reality television is supposed to be authentic, right? It's all these authentic scenes. And I watched, right, literally, it ended 2 seconds before I walked in the room to record, was the episode on America's Top Model. Never a show I was a fan of, but my wife at the time was a fan of that show. So I was aware of it, definitely aware of Tyra Banks, and she used to love to tune in for the drama of it all. And watching the show and seeing the interviews, and that's, I got the idea of the interviews with the people, because every reality show they talk about is really heartbreaking. Do you know that show? What was the house show where they would give you a house or tear your house?
Like Extreme Home Makeover.
Okay, Extreme Home Makeover almost had me in tears, dude, because there were these kids on that show that were orphaned because their parents died. So the family that took them in was on the show, like the kids in the family, and the kids were like older teens. So one of the things the Extreme Home Makeover people did was give everybody a car that was of driving age, right? And the adoptive father went to the youngest of the adoptee. They had their own kids too. The youngest of the adopted kids. There was 3 kids they took in, and said, go to the producers right now and tell them that you and your brothers are going to turn your cars in so I can get a truck. And she was like, what? Like, we never get nice shit because, this is a hard knock life. And they had like a big dinner, and the producers and everything were there, and the girl stood up and she read this. Basically, the guy made her read this thing saying, we'd really like you to take our cars back and give. And the producers are kind of looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? And so everything they would get as a family, the dad would try to get more stuff and make the adopted kids turn their stuff in, to the point where after the show was over, he kicked the kids out.
What?
The adopted kids were homeless. So when you tape and when you air is different time frames. So when you're done, you move on. When they were talking about that show, I was blown away. As someone that knows, I don't know how to build a house, but I understand how the construction process works. I've worked in various stages of it. I'm not very good at it, but I understand how it works. I know it's a long process. They would get houses up in 7 days. They had 7 days. That was literally the deadline, right? That's why everything was sponsored, because it was such an expensive show. So once they're done, you do the reveal, get the free shit, bam, next house. They don't care. So they did know about those kids being homeless, but it was one of those, damn, that sucks. They aired the episode, and it ended up being their most popular episode.
Of course.
So these kids ended up suing because they're like, hey, man, you're literally airing this shit, and people don't know that we're homeless. And these people kicked us out. And you keep airing it. You've aired it like 5 times.
God damn.
Eventually, everything worked out. I think all the kids are doing well right now.
That's good. But see, like the shitty thing I saw about that is how when they renovated the homes, it raised their property taxes so much they couldn't afford the house.
That was another part. So the kids were the saddest thing I'd seen. Another part was this. So what they would do is, and I don't know if you knew this, they would find people that would have a tragedy for the storyline. So of course the kids, the dead parents, right? And there was a girl that had leukemia. So she was in the hospital getting treatment. And while she was in the hospital getting treatment, they threw an extra 3,000 square feet on a house. It's a lot.
No shit.
Property taxes got reassessed. That's one thing that happens to you. The second thing that happened to the family was the cost of utilities skyrocketed to the point where their utility bill was bigger than their mortgage.
Oof.
So the mom said, we got a utility bill for $5,000. So we started, okay, don't turn the lights on in this wing of the house.
Yeah.
But the house was so big and people assumed that they got money that people would break into the house. So the house would get broken into. It was cold as fuck. They had to take loans out on the house. Eventually, they had extracted all the equity out of the house, then tried to sell it for whatever little they could get. And that's when the market crashed. So they ended up getting fucked. And there was a lot of people like that. Not everybody was on the show, but a lot of people like that. And that was just one show. And I was like, oh, wow. I never thought about that. Yeah, you're going to build a brand new house. You're going to reassess the taxes. Because usually what you do is you keep a retaining wall up and it's a remodel. But they leveled the entire thing.
Yeah.
And would build a brand new house. Chef Nuts, we talk about Thailand instead of homeless children.
Yeah.
So when I'm watching the thing about America's Top Model, again, which is a show I never really cared for, and I was like, I'll just watch this because I think Tyra Banks is a almost delusional individual, but she's awesome in her delusion.
Yeah.
Like remember for Black History Month when she was like, we're going to dedicate the show to me being the first Black woman on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
Like that was a win for nigging everywhere.
I mean, she could still use my face like a bicycle seat if she'd like. I'm just saying.
She wasn't even the focal point on the thing, which I thought was interesting. They really put it on the show. And if you think about anyone that's going to go on a show about modeling, you're probably dealing with people that are extremely insecure because we're talking about modeling, right? And their whole thing was to exploit their insecurities during the interview section and then edit that up. Yep. And a lot of the girls that said that, oh, they would show me crying and they would edit the question that I was crying about. And what they were really talking to me about was when my mom told me I was fucking ugly and I should go kill myself. But the way you see the episode on the show is they're like, oh, are you ready to go to your audition today? I think I'll be able to get through it. You're like, whoa. The exploitation. And then they would juxtapose the girls that were on the show to people that were producers on the show as well. And they were just so cutthroat. And finally, someone had said, you know, Tyra Banks is not the villain here because you have to ask yourself about someone that has succeeded in such a horrible industry. You're like, yeah, that's
okay. So, I don't have to ask myself shit, right? Because you can succeed in a horrible industry. You really can without turning into a colossal douche nozzle.
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. I honestly don't know that.
Jason, you are in an industry that's full of colossal douche nozzles, and I wouldn't call you a colossal douche nozzle.
I'm also not successful.
Did you play in front of people?
If that's what success is, then sure. But
to me, yeah.
If success is monetary gain or influence, I don't know. No one's ever come to me and said, hey, man, because of your album, I decided to do music like this, and you made me blah, 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 blah. I don't know.
Jason didn't have anybody come up to him and say that, but he had many dudes come up to him and say, listen, your album makes me want to have sex. Are you gay?
I've had people say that.
And Jason's like, sorry, dude, I'm all about the vagina. And they're like, you sure?
That's definitely
Are you sure?
happened.
Okay, so you're definitely straight?
Yeah. You're trying to fuck. Oh, you're not trying to fuck me. Okay.
Yeah. Hey,
I definitely had
hey,
people
Jason.
push me out of the way to get to my ex when I did music with my ex. That definitely has happened before.
Yeah.
Several times.
Like, are you really with this guy? This one?
In front of me.
Yeah.
In front of me.
Yeah. See,
Oh.
I dated a woman that was much, much hotter than me, much, much better looking. Like easily just what the most beautiful person I've ever dated. And I look like a fucking Gimli wannabe. I'm Gimli's stunt double from Lord of the Rings movies, And I literally had a dude. I'm out with her. We're having a good time. And this dude comes up and he's like 6'2". He's got like his polo shirt on and his khaki shorts. He looks like he rode in college and now he's got a boat, right? And he's just like, hey, can I get you a drink? And she's like, well, my boyfriend's right here. That's like really rude. And I looked at him. I'm like, dude, I will beat the shit out of you right here. And he goes, are you really with him? And like at that point, all the anger left me and it was just hurt that filled that hole. And I was like, oh, this doesn't feel good. This hurts.
Dude,
Right?
the worst part, I think I've said this before in the champagne room. The worst part was after she left, she had left to Hawaii. And it took her a minute, a few months, and then I guess she started posting videos on social media of her walking around the beach in a 2-piece bikini. I did not see any of these photos, but I could tell you when the photos would go up because for years, we had shared a cell phone. And she would say, if anyone would be like, oh, can I get your number? We could do shows together, blah, 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 blah. And she'd be like, I share the phone she'd always say with my dude over there. And I'd wave. And they'd be like, fuck that guy. And the moment that she was gone and they see the pictures of her and not with us, the phone would start ringing. And I get text messages, hey.
What's up, girl?
Ys. Not even what's up, girl. Hey, what's up? And you see the name on the phone and we would write it in like, oh, Mac from the Mac Attack Band.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what's up, Mac Attack Band? Haven't talked to you in a minute. Yeah. Saw your new photos. Looking good. The photos I posted of me in front of my amp.
Oh, wait, this isn't her?
Yeah,
nah, bro.
Oh, this isn't Chicky? Nope.
Oh,
what's up, dude? I was just thought it was no problem. Hey, bro, ham a damn.
Yeah. Jay, what's up, man? Hey, so that collab we were talking about 10 years ago.
And then it goes to, so you're not fuck, dude. I don't know, man. Just it's kind of awkward now.
Yeah, man, it's this is weird. It was kind of weirder when I asked for more pics, and a dick shows up, and I was like, huh. I wasn't.
There was one guy who is kind of a douche nozzle that said something like, you're not fucking Jason anymore. And I was like, this is Jason. And they were like, oh.
So, bro, can I get those digits for her or what?
Like, I don't think that same thing happened for her, right? I'm sure, like,
yeah, like maybe there was one, like, so you're not with Jason anymore, and she's like, no, we didn't work out. We went our separate ways. We grew apart. Oh yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Okay, do you have Jason's number?
Yeah, I'm sure that never happened to her at all. That happened to me, Mac. No,
Jason, it happened. It happened. And you want to know why? You were asleep at midnight and you missed that call and you just ignored it the next day. That's what it was.
Dude, for 2 years that happened. 2 years I would get a random message from someone I hadn't seen. They're like, oh, dude, fucking JoJo and the Jotones. Hey, man, what's up? Oh, yeah. Oh, nope. This isn't Chicky. Sorry. This is... No. Lame ass Jason, apparently.
Yeah, I'm not talented. Okay. So my ass doesn't look great in a 2-piece, but I just.
Oh man, that's the thing, dude. I don't. I fucking don't. I wish I could do some shit like that to have like my get back moment and be hella ripped and just walk around fucking Mexico in a Speedo and some shit, just looking like I'm just packing a fucking kielbasa in there.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Mm-hmm.
Kush looks at, did this already happen yesterday?
No, Kush, in the words of my sister, time is just a linear circle. And I'm like, what does that even mean? What does that even fucking mean, Alexis? Like, why? Okay.
Chef Nosh says, blame Jason and his Mesa Boogie. I had a Mesa at the time. All I have now is 2 Laneys and a Marshall JCM 800. That's all I have now.
Have I ever heard of or worn a Cleveland special suit?
Is that when you get shit on and then try to go outside in it?
Oh God, Thomas, is that what it is?
I don't know. Sounds like one of those weird things that people say.
Yeah, like a Cleveland steamer.
Yeah.
You know, or a dirty trombone.
Lady Braga says, no, Jason, dad bods are in. You're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say, no, Jason, you're so fucking chiseled.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? We need better friends. We need better friends. That's what we need.
You know what? This is what we need.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
Thank you, Kent Williams.
Yes, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Kat.
very much for letting
Thank
us
you
know.
for having our back, for making Jason and I feel special in our time of need.
Yeah.
You know. God.
Like Cleveland schemer is the scat thing.
Yeah, that is.
I don't know what
thing.
is a Cleveland suit? Is
Yeah.
that when someone comes all over you and you fucking
Thomas,
do
what
this
is
like it's a tie? Like what the fuck is
yeah, what is it, Thomas? Like, what is this special? You put this out into the world, my friend.
Tell
it's up
us
to
what
you.
the fucking Cleveland suit is.
Yeah.
Is that when 2 buff dudes fucking double up on you?
Oh God.
Oh, I'm in a Cleveland suit.
Just like 2 dudes, just like sup.
What's up? You down to get Cleveland suited?
It's the Midwest form of the Eiffel Tower. We don't like France, losers. A powder blue leisure suit? Yes, I need to get one now.
That's pretty normal. Thank you, Thomas. We're all thinking you're asking us to do some weird sex thing that's not legal in 7 countries.
Yeah, we don't.
Lady Braga says dad bods are good for passing in the winter.
Yeah, lady, it's called getting cuffed for the winter. I'm trying to do it, not having any luck right now.
No
luck.
No luck.
You know, and like being buried alive in a Browns jersey with a jizz stain. Oof. Oof. Well, I mean, class times. If it's a QB's jersey, it's just a cum rag anyway. There's been 5 of them since they came back to the league. So, yeah.
You know who class time is?
No.
I don't know who class time is. I thought class time is usually Kenzo, but I think that's a different person.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's Kenzo's alter ego.
Dun, dun, dun.
It says class time game. So this is maybe where the name Kenzo works under when he wants to get weird.
When he wants to wear his Cleveland suit.
That's right. It's just Kenzo, like, lights off, wife and baby or, kid are asleep, and he's just in a blue leisure suit. Just
Oh, Cleveland suit is when you fucking slap ham in a blue leisure suit. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a Cleveland. Anything people say, have you ever heard of? The first thing I'm going to think is, I don't want to get shit on when I have intercourse, okay? I don't want to get pissed on. I don't want anyone to punch me. I don't want to punch anyone. I just want a very normal time. Can I have a normal time?
I am not interested in bodily waste touching me.
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm not happy that I have to get rid of my own body waste. I don't want to deal with someone else's.
Oh, that doesn't sound like fun at all.
No.
At all.
Not at all.
Like that.
Okay, so.
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going already.
Deep, dark secret time.
Oh, shit. I actually do like getting pissed on.
No, my favorite cousin growing up was like 9 years older than me. Like,
you are not making this sound safe at all.
It is. It's safe. Right? So, like, he goes to college, becomes like a structural engineer. Right? I go out to do my first couple years. I end up at now Fort Liberty, right? So I'm in my early 20s. I'm not married yet. And my cousin, who I'm going to not name him, we'll just call him Cuz. He's like, hey, bro, I'm going to be in Charlotte. What do you got going on this weekend? I was like, I got a 4-day, dude. Fuck, I'm getting cut at like, noon. I'll just run by the pad, pack a bag. I'll be down there. He's like, not a problem, man. I'll get your hotel room. I'll take care of shit. I'm like, all right, bet. So I do the 3-hour drive down to Charlotte, meet him out. We're uptown, just fucking everything's nice. And like I said, he's like a structural engineer. So the guy's got money, right? Like he's got a lot of money. And he essentially worked on like skyscrapers, stadiums, and like some other like high, value buildings, right? So he would always get this giant cut. And he had very much had champagne taste. So I meet him uptown, right off College Street.
This is still sounding frightening.
And he's there with like 6 women just dressed to the nines. And you guys already know how I fucking dress. Jeans, t-shirt, Chucks, wallet on a chain. I haven't changed since I was like 16 years old, and I don't give a fuck. Right? So we're just like hanging out. We're getting fucked up. He's paying for bottle service, Jason. Like fucking this is the coolest thing I've ever been around. Right? And he's like, hey man, you got a tab open? I think I got like 2 drinks and they were like $40 for the 2 of them. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, I can never drink here again. Close out my tab. And he's like, follow me. And we go further into uptown, right? And they just built these like giant hotels, man. So like there's all these buildings that kind of look, kind of run down, but that's how like cities look. They're old factories that they repurposed into other cooler shit. And we go up to this one, and dude, he knocks on this door, and it's just like in old timey movies, a slide opens. Right? And this guy speaks German, like says something, and my cousin answers back. Door opens, right? Go in, dude. It is a full on like 5-star brothel.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, man, I already made both of us an appointment. Just, whatever girl you want to know, spend the night with, just fucking go upstairs. Right. So like I get through 2 or 3 rounds. It's fucking 2 hours. And I'm like, I'm going to go get another drink. And I go downstairs and I'm just sitting there waiting. And at like 5 a.m., my cousin walks down the stairs, like just in his tie. You can tell he just took a shower because his hair is all slicked back. No, it wasn't a German cuck rave. Sorry, Tony. And he kisses this woman on the cheek, and we go back to the hotel, and I hit the little bar in your room, and I was like, dude, why did you have to take a shower afterwards? He's like, bro, you really don't want to hear this.
He got the Cleveland fucking suit,
and I was like, I was like, dude, I've been to war, man. I can handle this shit. He's like, all right, dude. He's like, so I spent a couple of years in Germany, and he's like, Germans are super nice, but they are like closet freaks. He's like, I'm not even kidding. He's like, they just get weird. And I was like, yeah, it's like Euro Trip. He's like, no, that was the Dutch. He's like, the Germans. He's like, picture the Dutch in Euro Trip, take it to 10, and you have German people. And I was like, they had a laser guided dildo that went after that skinny white dude in that movie. And he's like, yeah, dude, Germans are very precise. And I was like, what? So he's like, yeah. He's like, at first, I would lay under a table that had a glass top and women would shit on it. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, I like when women piss and shit on me. And I was like,
while he's under a table?
That's how it started. It turned into him getting wrapped in saran wrap with just a hole for his nose and his mouth. And then she would just shit and piss on him that way. And do you want to hear the most disturbing thing?
I think you did it. I think you did it.
I recognized the woman at his wedding. He ended up marrying her 18 months later.
The shitter.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole time you were going, you married the shitter.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was funny. She came up to me and at the wedding, she's like, "You're not going to tell anybody?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I will take this to my grave. I promise."
Someone said he got carpet bombed. Oh my God.
Yeah, Mac, you don't want to know about this. I looked like Dresden in 46.
Oh
Okay, like it was.
God. The coach looks at what a shitty story. Tony goes under a table, saran wrap.
Yeah.
Why do you need a shower, pussy?
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay, look, and thankfully, there's callers.
We have to pivot away from poo.
We have to pivot away from poo for a little bit, and take a call. Calling from a 423 area code. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Jason, my name is Graham. I am calling from Tennessee.
Hell yeah.
So, sorry to derail the conversation.
Please
but
derail it.
I've been a long time listener, first time caller.
Hell yeah.
So when I was growing up, I was a very partisan person. Like I grew up like being very like a Democrat in the South in Tennessee. My parents were like, my dad was like from the North. He was from New York.
Mhm.
And so anyway, what I'm saying is that what kind of pulled me out of that was like 90s industrial music.
Okay.
I listened to a lot of KMFDM,
Okay.
Ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really hear anybody ever talk about like the political leanings of like 90s industrial. Like I hear a lot of people talking about like punk
Mhm.
in the 80s and the 70s. And like I never hear people talk about like the political awareness that like 90s industrial kind of brings to like the music scene. It's like if I never listened to KMFDM like I did back in like 93, 92,
Mhm.
it really engendered me to like be like, you know, anti-capitalist, looking for different types of politics. And so I'm just wondering what your take is on sort of that era of industrial music, like Killing Joke and that time took a weird
Dude,
turn.
I fucking love Killing Joke. Are you a Skinny Puppy fan as well?
Oh, of course.
I'll be honest. I was a little late to the party on a lot of that stuff. The internet opened me up to being able to have access to a lot of different kinds of music. I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like I was always in the know of everything. I knew about Godflesh in passing, and right before Justin Broderick had done a remix for us, I really had got into him and then a lot of the bands adjacent to him. And around that same time, we were about to do a tour with Killing Joke. And then their guitar player, who just sadly passed away, broke his arm, so they didn't come into the States. So I started getting kind of heavy in that stuff, I would say about 10, 15 years ago. And I'd heard Killing Joke because Metallica covered them on Garage Days. They covered The Weight, which I think is on their first release. And Killing Joke for me, if you're naming the like industrial bands, because there are a lot of different kinds of bands in one, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of an alternative band later in the 80s. They definitely have metal records. Because we were working with that booking agent that had he represented Killing Joke and Nina Hagen, and I want to say Susie Sue and a bunch of those types of artists from the UK. I went to go see Killing Joke live with my guitar player Todd Buller, who actually plays in an industrial band right now called Cyclone 9. And I was blown away by the way the crowd looked, first of all, because there was so many different types of people in the crowd. Like people that looked almost ravish, old school 80s kind of almost mod looking people, and then punk people, metal cats like me and my buddy Todd. And that kind of stuff always blew me away whenever I would see a crowd that looked so mixed. I always thought that was cool. And listening to that whole show, the in-between rants they would do that were extremely political. I think when we saw them, Trump was president, so they were definitely talking a lot of shit about Donald Trump. I don't know why that music doesn't get looked at more as important music. Maybe because those bands didn't sell as many records or have the same sort of cultural influence with journalists.
Yeah. I just feel like during like the 1999 the World Trade protests, I forget, 78, 99.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they do sort of take kind of a life in that sort of milieu to sort of emphasize the anti-capitalist movement in like those very early protests back during the Seattle protests
Mm-hmm.
back in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But that's awesome. Thank you.
No, I think that if you think about like why, whenever someone asks the eternal question, like, why is this thing important and have some sort of cultural relevance, go back and read a major publication at that time. The LA Times at one point in time covered Poison's second album, not because it was a groundbreaking release, but because it was a cultural touchstone at that moment that men in Los Angeles were wearing makeup and literally trying to look like women and making this music that was extremely popular. Why do so many people want to focus on the hardcore punk scene of the early 80s? Well, because for a moment in places like New York and DC and Los Angeles and different parts of the Midwest, young people were literally trying to fight the powers that be orally, and young people were also trying to write about it. And if you wrote well enough about it, then maybe you got a job at a big time publication, and you kept writing about it, and you made the people in that scene maybe seem bigger than they actually were. And I think with the industrial thing, this is just my opinion, I think it has a certain look that's a little off-putting. I think there's a lot of stage theatrics that people don't like when they take things quote unquote serious, right? Like, I only believe grunge is taken seriously because of the visual iconography of grunge is extremely reminiscent of 60s rock that people deem important music. Because you have guys with dreads and makeup and explosions and crazy names like My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult and stuff like that. I think the gatekeepers don't take that stuff as seriously as they probably should. That's my opinion, but I'm glad that music helped radicalize you. I'm glad people that I've gotten to know in the industry radicalize some people politically. That's pretty dope.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. Well, have a good night. Thank you for the call.
Have a good night, man.
I think Mac is back.
I am.
I don't know if you were into industrial music.
No. And it's not that I discounted it as like because you know how some people are like, oh, dude, it's shit. You know, I wasn't that guy. People that can play instruments well enough to get in front of people and believe in themselves enough to do that, that's a talent I'll never have, and I appreciate you for it. It wasn't my sound. I was one of those grunge guys that like the aesthetic from the 60s. You pretentious cockbag. You pretentious cockbag.
Hey, it took me a while. I'm not gonna lie, dude. It took me a while to really look. If you've listened to Metallica back in the day, in '87 they released Garage Days, and on Garage Days, anyone they covered, I wanted to know what that band was, because Metallica does covers sometimes better than the original. And you know what? Fuck what you have to say about this band. This is my most hated Metallica album. I do not like the Black Album.
I'm taking Kale to see Metallica the last day of May.
Good. They're great.
Yeah,
band.
and you want to know how we got into it? Fortnite.
Oh, they're on Fortnite?
Dude, they built a whole season around them.
Oh, okay. Look, you know more about this shit than I do.
That's right.
But they covered a song called The Wait on Garage Days, and that's by I'm talking about Killing Joke. So I saw the name. I'm like, that name sounds dope to me. What is a Killing Joke? And so I wanted to hear the actual song, and it wasn't until I was an adult that I was able to buy that first CD. I forget what it's called. And I think does that have War Dance on that too? But anyway, Killing Joke is a real interesting band because they're all over the board musically. I think that's a band you would really dig, Mac.
Well, I can check him out. I don't just listen to Kendrick all day, every day.
Look, I got to tour with the band called Godflesh. It's a fucking awesome band in the industrial world. I'm sure you like 9 Inch Nails.
I mean, they're all right. Me and Trent Reznor.
What do you do?
I mean, he's a Cleveland guy, so it's like, yeah, he made it.
Right, he is a Cleveland guy.
He made it big, but I just 9 Inch Nails. I would like really love a song, and then hate the next 3 on the album.
Really?
You know, like yeah. Oh my God, Jason, you didn't fucking tell me. Oh no, I'm graying that bad.
What are you talking about,
dude? I have like a patch of gray here and a patch of gray here, and I have a long black line, so it looks like it's. I look like I have a jack-o'-lantern mustache, dude.
Well, look, we got more people calling in.
Oh no! And chat, you didn't let me know. You'll call me out about the dumbest shit, but you won't be like, "Yo, Mac, you might want to take care of that stash part of your."
See, Chef Nosh says, "Look, Fear Factory. Fear Factory is another one of those bands. They kind of bordered the industrial thing. I think industrial. You know what? Think about a lot of that new metal shit from the mid to late 90s. Yeah, a lot of that shit was industrial mixed. Even early Seven Dust had a lot of industrial elements.
Okay.
Coal Chamber. What's another band? Like I said, Fear Factory. There's another one that's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think right now.
Chef, I don't do blow. Okay, I don't do blow. Leave me alone. That is a rich person's drug, and I am a poor. I'm a poor.
But yeah, Mac, listen to some. I would say listen to some Godflesh.
Well, dude, I'll definitely check out Killing Joke. That just
listen to some fucking Killing Joke. Listen to Old Swans.
Rad name. Yeah.
Deftones, early Deftones on that first record. I don't know. I think that first record's pretty rocking. But
yeah, I was gonna say, like Deftones, it seemed like they just and granted, I'm just a fucking musical. I love music. I don't know shit about it, but like it's like Deftones always struck me as just like an edgier rock coming out of like the grunge period, which I hate using, but
go back. I don't know if the Deftones put it up, but because they came up around the same time as some friends of mine, they're just a little bit older than us. They were kind of ska-ish
at the beginning.
Oh, them and what's the other guys from around their same areas? Papa Roach. I believe Kobe Shaddix played a tuba.
Okay. Papa Roach drove me nuts when they hit. Okay. Kobe and the rapping he did, and I use that term loosely, like their first album that hit big and it got so much radio play, I grew to hate it.
Cutting my life into pieces.
Yeah. Suffocation. No breathing.
Can't give a fuck. Yeah. Did I tell you? I think I told you this, right? A really good friend of mine went to high school with the guitar player because he's from Vacaville. Deftones are from Sacramento, and 20, maybe 30 miles south of Sacramento is a place called Vacaville.
I know, my aunt used to live there.
Okay. So my buddy went to school with the guitar player from Papa Roach, and right when they get their deal, right? He's trying to tell the A&R about all these other great bands in the fucking area that he needs to check out. And the A&R goes, stop right there. I'm going to stop you right there. How many rap metal bands do you think the world needs that wear Dickies? Just stop.
Yeah.
Change your phone number, as a matter of fact.
I mean, the A&R guy wasn't wrong.
Jesus, that sounds like
the rap metal genre is a carbuncle on the ass of music.
I don't know how I feel about it because I used to actually work with, you know, the band Snot.
Yes, I know the band Snot. They opened up for a lot of like main bands I love to fucking
Snot
watch.
was like the shit. There's hella cats that love Snot. I have friends that were like, dude, their fucking singer was the coolest dude. We were all hurt when he died, yada, yada, yada. One of the guys I used to work with when I did festivals is the guitar player of Snot. And you know how what is it called? A Spotify will be like, hey, we made a playlist for you.
Yeah, I hate it.
And so they call it a day list. Like when you woke up this morning, you played this kind of music. So on Tuesdays, you like this. And I turned on the Spotify on the TV and it said rap, screamo, aggro, something. And I was like, I've never wanted to listen to that shit. So I just played it. I just wanted to see what they were going to fucking play. Because, you know, if you play Deftones, automatically it goes, oh, if you like Deftones, you automatically like this bullshit.
Yeah, which, and see, this is what kills me about all this AI-driven shit.
Mm-hmm.
Spotify has the laziest algorithm developers ever.
There is no algorithm.
Or whatever the case. However they make these stupid lists that show up on my Spotify. Like when I'm at work, like, and I have to like take pictures of 40 vehicles in a day, I push play, I hook it up to my speaker, and I go. First two tracks are right in my wheelhouse, right? And then I get this fucking like out in left field bullshit, and it literally says that because you like Stone Temple Pilots, you would like this grunge band from Sweden circa 1992. No, dude,
you like
I wouldn't
Rip
like
Nicky.
Them.
You're like,
right?
What is a Rip Nicky?
Yeah. No, I would not like to listen to that. I would like to listen to more grunge music, please.
Yeah. No.
And Spotify's just like, Mac, you sweet summer child, no.
You're gonna get,
you know,
dude. They started playing. The first song was "Swerve" by the Deftones from my favorite Deftones record, and I was like, oh, I know why you played this because I probably played that Deftones album in its entirety. And the next song was by a band you probably love called, fuck, what are they called? What are those fucking people called?
Those people.
Yeah, they're white.
You're gonna say this on my children's day. Where they're fighting
on the day of my daughter's wedding.
That's right. On the day of my daughter standing up
on the day
for
of my
herself
daughter's wedding. How dare
and saying,
you?
Oh, no, dude, my daughter called me almost in tears today because she went to, Thanksgiving with her mom and their family, where the indigenous side is. And she's like, Dad, so many of the aunts and cousins are just really buying into this Caucasian version of Thanksgiving.
What do you want? Hey, sorry.
And I was like, kiddo, I was like, stand up for what you think's right. I was like, but you don't have to be confrontational, man. I was like, I hate to tell you this, but your mom's family is very apolitical unless it's like a few things. And I was like, just enjoy the day, please.
Yeah, don't ruin everybody's day because you want to be right.
Well, no, what she did is she's like, I thought this is something you would do, and this is after I had my outburst with my own mother, and I was like, okay, I was like, kid, you got me in a box right now. All right. You've like, come on. I was like, don't be like your dad.
The band is called Super Heaven.
Oh, I know Super Heaven.
I know you know Super Heaven. They're like, hey, how can we make grunge sound extremely generic?
Yeah. That was also Candlebox that did the same thing.
Oof, you are shitting on some people. We got like 3 phone calls. We have to take these because the balance is running out.
Yeah, let's go. This is a call-in show.
The balance is getting low and I cannot fill it. Calling from a 929 area code. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
This is Connor from Queens. How you think you doing?
What up, Connor? Sorry.
That was the wrong one.
That was the wrong button.
Turn up. Let's get it. Yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about. Sorry, you mentioned Kendrick.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's a lot of bad. But
Connor,
once in a
you're
blue
breaking
moon-
up on us. Are you on a speakerphone? Because it's cracking up on us.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can hold up.
Yep.
All right, hopefully that's
We have to hear
Okay,
Connor out
so,
because he's going to talk
yeah,
about Kendrick.
Go, Connor. We can hear you now.
all right. Great. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about Kendrick a little bit. So right, there's a lot of Kendrick, the new Kendrick.
Mhm.
There's a lot of like bad writing on Pitchfork, of course, but Once in a Blue Moon. Well, I thought the review of the last Kendrick album was interesting, and I recommend everybody to read it. But pretty much, to summarize it, this album, of course, is like a victory lap, like not only against Drake, but Kendrick is framed as like a victory lap, like rap music in general. And the review is just like basically like, okay, so what is this victory lap representing? And it's just like petty grievances. You know, like I think on the first track on the album, he's like mad at Snoop Dogg for not writing for him enough. And it's just like, you know, I kind of agree with that assessment of the album. It's just like, is this what rap music is about right now? And perhaps like, so I'm wondering how you guys feel about the album, but I thought it was a really interesting point to make because maybe we can even like abstract further from not only rap and this generation of rap artists, but like perhaps even millennials more broadly. I mean, it just made me think, you know, like, do millennial artists have anything to say? You know what I'm saying? This is a generation of pop stars and music artists that just like don't have anything to really like ride for. You know what I mean? Other than ride for themselves and petty grievance and even Drake himself, right? Every album is just the world against Drake and so on. Which makes me think that many of these artists are just descendants of Eminem, right? Every Eminem album is that nobody likes the last Eminem album. But yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It was just really interesting. So maybe if we could just take to Kendrick, I'm wondering.
Yeah, no, Mac has something he wants to say, and so you won't be able to hear it. But thank you very much for the call, Connor. We really appreciate that. This is going to be fun.
Oh yes,
fucking Connor stepped up.
No, Connor won phenomenal, you know, question there or statement. You know, here's the thing though. We can say, you know, what artist, especially in hip hop, stands for something, and you can't say a lot of them these days, and that's okay because what sells records, Jason, you know as well as I do, what sells records? Drama, and on top of that, a catchy fucking hook that you could dance to.
Nobody dances anymore. I would say drama.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I go to a pub where half of it's a pub and half of it's a dance club. There's just titties, ass, and dicks just shaking all over the place.
But what are they dancing to? And how are they dancing?
Dude, it's just there's a lot of grinding. That's all I know.
That's the thing. Like
Jason, I am too old to go in there, so I don't go in there.
No, Toussaint made a good point about like she brought up a point that someone else had made somewhere about meme dancing. So it's like for example, Sexy Red. If that comes on, everybody goes ooh. And the girls get the selfie out and they do the fucking thing and they shake the butt and all that and they put it away and then it's done.
Yeah.
But as far as like, I remember my first concert's MC Hammer.
You better make this
the
quick,
Running Man
dude.
We did the Running Man for like 3 hours.
Because I have not finished my point here.
Okay.
No, but no, that is a good point too, Jason. But you can say a lot of hip hop artists don't stand for shit. You can't say that about Kendrick. And I'm not just saying that as like a fucking fanboy, which technically I am. I'm wearing his shirt right now where he's doing the hopscotch, you know, from the video. But like Kendrick calls a lot of shit out in his music while doing what Connor said, addressing those petty grievances that have really driven. And before all this shit with Drake popped off, Jason, please bring your pretty face back up.
Okay.
Before all the shit with Drake popped off, you couldn't say Kendrick wasn't successful. He was very successful.
Not as successful as Drake, but very successful.
Exactly. Oh, absolutely. Drake owned everything hip hop.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like when you had a hip hop playlist on your Spotify, what was the fucking icon? It was fucking Drake's face.
No, that guy's yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm not a fan, but I get it.
No, yeah, I do too. I've never liked any of his music, but I get it. Dude sold he was selling records. But when this shit with Kendrick popped off, like Kendrick went to the fucking a whole other level.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you can't say Kendrick hasn't been a success for the 10 years prior to this shit hitting. He was writing music for other artists. He was making his own. He produces, artists. He does a lot of shit and is a success in his own right. But Connor, you're right, dude. His fucking all these guys have wonky politics. Jason and I have talked about this at length.
We did a whole show on Kendrick and his black capitalism shit.
Yeah.
He's trash. Right?
I'm not saying it's good. I say I like his music.
Sure.
Just like Jason helped me see the light about John Oliver, which after that episode of the show, I went and cried a little bit. But he was right. He was right. Right.
Look, here's the thing. You can like Kendrick. Look, you dig him.
Yeah.
He's really good at rapping.
And he also is very, tries to bring to light things that happen in a local community. Sure. And now he's on his like Pan California Alliance tour, but I mean, it's the thing is we're not going to see bands like Rage Against the Machine anymore that are overtly political with a very antagonistic message that have the pull that Rage has now. You know what I mean? Like sure. they can sell at stadiums if they wanted to continue. Yeah. Right. Yeah. You're not going to see bands do that anymore. Come out and burn an American flag on stage and get invited to fucking Woodstock 99. You know what I mean? Like, I think those days are over as far as being overtly political with what we would call an anti-American stance.
But I think that's the point of Connor's question. I think Connor's asking this. And Connor, I think if you're in the chat, stop me if I'm wrong.
He is. He's Connor with one N though, so we're gonna make fun of him after.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Macadocious Rex, that those days are gone for a couple reasons. People are too politically alive right now that they understand what those symbols mean. There was a moment where you could go to Hot Topic. My son at 2 years old had Che Guevara socks that were handed down to him from his slightly older cousin who lived next door, who got him at Target.
Uh-huh.
Jay-Z went on MTV in the mid-aughts with a Che Guevara sweater on, and Che Guevara became the hottest fashion icon.
Yep.
Right? Rage Against the Machine is similar in that regard, in my opinion, that regardless of their political message, a lot of what people got from it is fuck you, mom and dad, because all of the music in that era is really fuck you, mom and dad.
Yes.
The downside to new metal is that unlike grunge, where you can project importance onto it, and even the thrash metal that preceded it, where they were trying to have political messages, they were at least trying to, in an end of history moment. New metal was really just fuck you, mom and dad,
and it was also bad for giving us Limp Bizkit. Okay,
Limp Bizkit's like the kings of fuck you, mom and dad.
I know.
Or my internal struggles with my suburban doldrums, right? And how does all this relate to Kendrick Lamar? Rage Against the Machine is this quote unquote serious band that's doing all this serious stuff. We're going to shut down the New York Stock Exchange in a music video. We're going to have images of communist guerrillas in the forest in our videos and all this communist imagery. It kind of just became fashion. Before you know it, it was just kind of like how anarchy just became something that you buy. And it was like, what does anarchy mean to you? It just means no rules. It means fucking no curfew, brother.
Yeah,
right?
and it's like it's like, bro, you haven't read The Conquest of Bread, have you? What the fuck is that? What's a book?
Yeah,
that's what
like,
I thought.
dude,
Yeah.
I have a shirt. Fuck the principle. But when you think about what hip hop, what you could even project onto hip hop in the 90s, and we're about to do a series on this show, the golden era of hip hop. I'm going to bring some rap friends in, and we're going to talk about that moment, different moments in it, different albums between probably 90, we'll say like 89 to 95.
I love when you like do early leaks about cool shit. It makes me really happy.
I'm stoked about doing this. What makes me happy is that me and Stevie was like, we really want more of your pop culture stuff. I was like, really? And then a tear rolled down my cheek. But seriously.
Oh, dude. And I want to in on this shit too, Jason. Don't just shoehorn me as the sports guy.
Look, you're on tonight, brother.
That's right.
But
I'm a full service co-host.
But check it. When you think about being able to silo music, especially in the era of I want whatever I want, the way I want it, when I want it now. Mm-hmm. If I want to listen to conscious hip hop all day long, I can. There's tons of people that are making music about fuck the man and America sucks. There's a ton of it. I don't know who the most popular rapper is because I can go into the backpack. Like we used to call it backpack rap, but the political conscious rap world, and there's probably somebody with like 1 million fucking streams, and this like MC Serious guy, and he's so fucking serious. Like, you don't know MC Serious guy, and DJ fuck you. Like, no, I don't know either one of these people.
They're actually touring with Lil Fuckhead right now.
So, eating all the butt. Eating all the butt. So what tour?
That's right.
But I look at someone like Kendrick, who got a lot of the projection because he was able to do this thing better than anybody else. And these kids understand branding so much better, from athletics to music now.
Well, dude, you said it best last night, Jason. You're like, you can apply Not Like Us to
anything.
Yeah, right? And that's why you had literally a 70-year-old white woman with her, like, literally, I saw it on TikTok, dude. A 70-year-old white woman singing along with like her 12-year-old mixed grandson, and they're just fucking going to town on this. She knows every fucking word. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a fun song, and unlike Straight Outta Compton, which is very regional, but you being from Cleveland, I feel extremely confident that you've seen once in your life a Straight Outta Cleveland shirt.
Oh, absolutely. Straight Outta Cleveland, straight out of the land.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, Claw, pop back up and back me up here. There are so many, like, We Love Cleveland, like, micro t-shirt companies in downtown. It's not even funny. Like, dude, you come up to Cleveland, Jason, like, we go there. You're gonna be like, Mac, hey, I saw this restaurant. Let's go. And like literally on either side and across the street, there's gonna be pro Cleveland t-shirt places right there. Mm-hmm. You know, that say shit like that. You're absolutely like, dude, Straight Outta Compton, like you said, very regional. Mm-hmm. But like, I guarantee you, there's a Straight Outta Fargo shirt somewhere.
I've seen it. Dude, I remember the guy that wrote the song, She's a Bad Man, Majama. Mm-hmm. He was in the studio one day. A bunch of old, very famous songwriters were doing a big show up north in Northern California, and they had one backing band, and they would do the rehearsals at our studio. And a friend of mine from church was the keyboard player, and he was like, dude,
hold on, Jason. Uh-huh. Tony, I'm not 63, I'm 43. And Chef, I hope the next time you go to your kitchen, all your produce has mold on it. How about that? Fuck you, dude.
But
She's a Bad Man, Majama. Go ahead.
Okay, we're back. He's from Detroit, by the way, and he came out, and there were all these like big names in the show, and he had him and his wife had matching Straight Outta Detroit shirts, and we just fucked with them. We're like, Straight Outta Detroit, what the fuck you doing in Oakland? And we just like fucking with him, right? And then, he told us who he was, and he actually sang the song for us. We didn't know. He told us his name. We're like, we don't know who you are. And he goes, she's a bad man. We're like, oh shit, right? And it made me think like, wow, that song has such resonance. Damn near 30 years later, someone, or 30 plus years later, someone's wearing a Straight Outta Something shirt. Not like us. You don't even need to change the city name. It's instantaneous.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not like us. We're the cheerleading. We're the Cleveland High fucking spookadoos.
Yeah.
They not like us at the rally.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The PTA meeting. They not like it's the show me the money.
Dude, tying it into our sports show, how many collegiate bands have played it at halftime?
Oh, dude, I bet and everybody's losing their shit.
Mm-hmm. Losing their shit. Dude,
93 Till Infinity did the same thing.
Dude, they're singing along to tubas, saxophones, and trumpets playing Not Like Us.
He did a thing that I haven't seen anyone do. Again, probably since Straight Outta Compton. Because even You Can't Touch This wasn't cool after a while. Straight Outta Something still has cultural relevance. Like Run DMC's logo still has cultural relevance to this day. And Kendrick Lamar, I think, did it with They Not Like Us. You will hear that for the longest time.
Dude, you and I are going to be like in wheelchairs next to each other pushing 90, and somebody's going to drive past us and we're going to hear it. You know, it's just how it is, man. No, Zach, we're not hating on marching bands.
No. I think it's interesting, but to his point about Kendrick settling these beefs, not standing for anything, I think we have to ask the greater question here is if you go back to the golden era of hip hop in the 90s, and I'm just calling it that because that's what the journalists call it. For me, it's a golden era because it's the age that I really got into the music, but they weren't making that much money. So they were angry. They were really fucking angry. They were mad at things. I don't think they necessarily knew what to be angry at, but you could assume that they were standing for something because they were angry. What does a millionaire have to stand for? These guys are walking in the door sometimes, not all the time, making a lot of money. A lot of money. So, and hip hop, we have to be honest with what hip hop is. And I'm saying this as a fan of the music. Hip hop is Reaganism to a beat. Sorry, but go back and listen to it if you think I'm lying.
Yeah, I mean, dude, and you already brought it up. How many of our favorite artists or maybe genre like transcendent artists have like shown to be just so pro-capitalism it's not even funny. You know, like for me, I look at it this way. As a young kid, Rage, Jason, that helped me get into the politics where I'm at now. Now that I'm 43 years old and I'm old enough to know you should not count on a band that packs 90,000 people in a stadium to direct your politics.
Yeah. Now,
Connor, to answer your question though, if you want a musician that talks about the message and we're talking pro-labor, you know, communist, like look at Billy Bragg. He's more of a folk artist, fucking phenomenal musician. And everything he's done has been to benefit labor, to benefit leftist message. And is he wildly popular with leftists? Yeah. But with the rest of the world?
I mean, look, when Billy Bragg came to, I'll tell you, God honest truth, Billy Bragg came to the Great American Music Hall when I was cooking there. And unbeknownst to us,
you have the best fucking stories, dude. I'm so jealous of you. I'm so fucking jealous of you. Like, I love you. You're my best friend. And I've never wanted to hit you more in my life than I want to hit you right now. You're just like, yeah, when I was at the Great American, music venue and I was cooking there and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you got to play music.
Look,
you got to go on tour. You got to cook it. Like, fuck you, Jason. I missed
out
so much in my life just being some doofy poor white kid that joined the military. Thanks, Jason.
The only reason why
I will be talking about you in therapy next week.
The only reason why I have these stories, and people from the Bay Area, please back me up. I had the luck of the draw of being born in the Bay Area, where there's a lot of interesting things that go on all the time. Like my friends from LA, they tell, to me, the stories they tell are always more mind-blowing because they're just, without trying to be in fame, everyone around them is just famous. Everything they do is famous shit. Whereas for me, it was like I had a job. So Billy Bragg was there, and we didn't know. No one knew that Robert Plant was going to show up.
Oh, shit.
Robert Plant happened to be in the Bay Area, and he digs Billy Bragg. So we're, prepping everything for the night. And the manager comes in and goes, "Oh, by the way, don't go downstairs right now. Robert Plant's here." What? Yeah, Robert Plant's here. We're just going to keep the downstairs. Like, if you have to use the bathroom, just use the bathroom upstairs. Right? And sure enough, the music's getting ready, right? We're getting ready for a dinner service. And I turn, because they have to walk by us to get to the stage. And Robert Plant's sitting there doing his vocal warm-ups. Or standing there doing his vocal warm-ups. It's like, oh, no shit, Robert Plant's there. So Billy Bragg is it's interesting you bring that guy up, because he's one of those people that's like really popular in maybe more, and I'm not trying to say this in a negative way, in more bourgeois left circles.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not demeaning. I'm not trying to demean the music at all. When I started doing this show, when it was still called Sound Waves, even though I was interviewing more political people, I would always ask them, if you were getting ready to go into the revolution, the things about to go down, what is your soundtrack going to be? And I have them all saved. They're all public. About 28, I think I did, the first 28 shows or so. Mac, no one's song ever doubled, and I was always shocked at what people picked, because it would be folk stuff, a lot of weird world music, weird blues and jazz. Never did anyone have songs that I thought they would have, right? Where's Your Rage? Where's Your MC5? None of that. It was always real, what I would think is chill music to maybe even play in the background. I don't know what gets people politically active and hype.
Well, first off, if we're talking about the revolution, Jason, we have to be ready to shoot. You don't need Rage playing in your ear to do that. You need someone to calm your hands, so you have a steady sight picture and a smooth trigger squeeze. Just saying. Like, I know you won't be doing that. You'll be, making your fucking mocha in your canteen cup with your frother while the rest of us are doing the hard work. But, we'll have your back. We'll make sure you're okay.
See, Colt Dog says he was hanging out with Lars Ulrich, Mac. I've never hung out with Lars Ulrich.
Nobody wants to fucking hang out with Lars Ulrich. Not even his wife and kids.
One of the guys from Fugazi came to one of the shows I was at, though.
That's pretty rad. Do we still have callers?
I think so.
Okay, we should probably...
we should get to the callers.
Yeah. And Tony, we'll talk about your historian thing here in a second after the callers, because that's secretly what I still want to do.
See, look, DC Joe Black says Lab Cabin California did it for him. That's a great fucking record, dude. The second Far Side album. This is what we're going to talk about on the Golden Era.
Guys, Jason gives us candy without eating our veggies all the time.
Someone says Enya made me more. Like, I don't know whatever radicalized people.
I mean, Tony, I don't blame you for letting Enya radicalize you, because that was just a bunch of weird white folks that were into like pan flutes and shit at the time. That drove me nuts. I get it. Like, I get it.
But check this out. If you look me in the eye and tell me you got radicalized by hip hop between the years of 2015 and 2024, and be like, word? I'm just gonna look at you like, did you really? What? Explain more. Like,
because I would answer. I just did a lot of this with hip hop during.
Yeah, like, I'm not shitting on those dudes, but I don't think anyone's like, dude, Tyler the Creators would maybe want to be a leftist.
Yeah.
I'm like, word? Okay.
Drake really pushed me to the left.
Like,
what?
Yeah.
Was it when he was on Degrassi? You know?
See, Colt Dog, Propaganda. That's fair. That's that whole band. That's their whole thing, right? Is about activism. I get it.
Mr. Crash said 21 Savage radicalized me.
21.
Now I'm stressed out.
Like, I refuse to believe someone's like, oh, dude, I was totally radicalized by.
All right,
Lil.
next caller.
Who
we got,
what
Jason?
fucking radicalized you? Okay. Calling from a 929 area code. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
All right, this is Virtuoso calling from New York City.
Oh shit!
Virtuoso.
Brooklyn in the building.
All right, let me just start off by saying that Tommy DeVito getting the starting job last week was a DEI hire, and I'm just kind of weirded out by that.
Hey, don't talk about my boy over here.
Can you hear Mac? Virtuoso?
Don't talk about my boy over there.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's coding. That's all I hear when people say that shit, like fake enthusiasm for a guy that's basically a United Football League, quarterback. It's like I feel like it's a little backhanded, but yeah, my Giants suck this year. But so far, I'm enjoying the NFL this year, and I kind of gotten back into college football. I am kind of enjoying it a bit, even though I don't have no dog in the race. But yeah, there's some good football. But yeah, Matt Eberflus needs to get fired, like King Swift immediately. That fucking shitty ass fucking clock management that I saw in that Bears Lions game.
Hey, Virtuoso, we'll talk about it in a second, dude. Like, relay the message for me, Jason. I know Virtuoso can.
Virtuoso, Max says he wants to bring up the Eberflus thing when you're done with your call.
What was that?
Max says he wants to talk about the Eberflus thing when you're done on the call.
All right, yeah. So, I just want to say real quick, because I don't want to take up much time, I know you got other callers, but I just want to say I'm thankful for it. What you guys been doing, I really love this show every fucking Wednesday. You guys really get me through the night, working as a security guard, even though I work for the Pinkertons. I just, this is a great fucking show. But yeah, man, I just want to say real quick, that I think a few callers ago brought up Metallica. Listen, they did a great cover of Whiskey in a Jar, and that is a great holiday song, even if you're straight edge. I just want to say that. And please give flowers to System of a Down. They were part of that, whole rap metal wave, I think it was, or new metal, I'm sorry, and that really got me into understanding politics a bit, to music. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that really did gave me life, and I thought they need a new album, but being that Serge Tankian is a crypto bro, I don't see that happening anytime soon. But yeah, man, when you guys talking about Kendrick Lamar, I just think that some of his politics, whatever it is, it feels surface area. Like, he's a very talented rapper, but to me, based on this new plateau that he's on, as far as bridging a gap, between generations, and really getting down to the I want to say that to the what is a traditional MC of using lyrics to really empower the masses, but to me, really, he's like the mega Springsteen. That's what he is to me. Like, how much of a working class guy are you trying to portray yourself as if you're not going to dig deep into the politics? So that's just kind of how I look at him, So yeah, I don't have much to say. I just want to say I'm thankful for the show. You guys have been great, and yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man.
Hey, we're thankful for you, brother.
Bro, virtuoso, man.
Thank you so
One,
much, Virtuoso.
one virtuoso. Thank you, dude. Thank fucking you.
Yeah.
You keep Jason and I in stitches throughout the entire night.
Yes.
You, Mercutio, Nuri, Claw.
Yes.
If I'm missing anybody, I apologize. Your boy is like
JC's motherfucking crazy.
Yeah,
Kush
your
Lucas
boy's like
motherfucking
4
crazy.
fucking tall boys in, and I have a 5th cracked right here. So,
that was a deep line. He's a fucking black.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, and that he ain't wrong. He is not wrong at all.
Virtuoso with the fucking dropping the bomb.
No shit.
What now you have something to say? We have one last caller.
Okay, so
because I'll be honest with you right now, Mac, and I can't reach. You know my situation right now. I can't recharge the phone. $2.90 left.
All right, 8 Virtuoso. Let's get the caller, and then we'll talk fucking your boy Tommy Shitstain. Okay.
That's okay. What we got to take this call. So hey, make a note, Mac.
I got you.
Call. Oh, they hung up. No, they didn't. Okay, I'm sorry. We have a call. Sorry. Calling from the greatest area, not the greatest. It's the second greatest area code of all time, the 415. Caller, what is your name? Where are you calling from? Hello?
Is this Joey's wife?
I heard a woman yelling. I'm like, oh no, is it Joey's wife? If Joey's from the Bay, I'm terrified now. Oh no, caller, are you there, or did you get yelled at by your wife? Your mom, or your mom wife? Your sister wife? Caller? Did you get shot?
That got dark real quick.
I've been watching too much true crime.
No, we had way too deep of a conversation last night where we both died on stage.
Wait.
It's Darnold's wife.
Wait, where's the? Holy shit, dude! What's going on? Calling from a 415. Hello. Oh no. We lost the call, dude. I don't know who it is, but I have to shut down the calls now because.
Okay, so Virtuoso, here's the deal. I'm gonna say our boy Tommy, right? Because he's a kid who made good only because he's an Italian American playing in New York. He actually, believe it or not, was in the USFL training camps trying to make a roster before the merger and didn't get picked up. Did not get picked up.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. And the thing is, Jason, I'll give you this. Dwayne Johnson, formerly known as The Rock. Okay. He's just known as Dwayne Johnson, the guy who makes really bad films now. He went full transparency and put all the roster moves for the XFL at the time, and then going into the merger, they both the USFL and the XFL did the same things, and then after merger, they're continuing to do the same thing. So you can see who's trying out, who made the team in first cut, who made the team in second cut, who made the team last cut. He didn't make it. He could not make a USFL or XFL roster. He was literally signed to kind of galvanize Italian American fans to continue to come out and watch.
You're not telling the truth. You were telling the truth right now?
Yes. Dude, he could not make a developmental team roster. Right? And keep in mind, how many quarterbacks literally came back a couple years for the USFL and XFL, right? Guys like AJ McCarron. Like, McCarron should be a backup somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, he was one of the top passers in the UFL. Went back to St. Louis. St. Louis absolutely loves AJ McCarron, which I think is so rad. Because he's like, dude, I didn't want my kids to just see me holding a clipboard. I wanted to play. So, yeah, I'll stay down here so my kids can see me play. And props to AJ McCarron, because you got a smoking hot wife that Brent Musburger totally perved on during the bowl game that he called with Bama in it. And you have like 2 kids And you're just like, fuck it, let's play some football. I want my kids to see me play football, you know? But like, you know, DeVito couldn't make it. And the thing is, it's like, you get the starting job for 1 week. And now he's hurt, Jason. He's hurt. He's got a forearm injury. And now who's the starting quarterback for the Giants?
Drew Lock.
There you go.
Big cock Drew Lock. I made that up. I don't know if that's what they call him for real.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
It'd be hilarious if it was.
Dude, I imagine him in fucking Will Levis in Tennessee, just like, you see this? And then Drew Lock's like, yeah, but guess what? When I got filmed, I lasted more than 38 seconds, bro. You know?
Didn't Drew Lock have a decent game in that loss to the Cowboys?
I mean, dude, I didn't watch the late game. I watched the Detroit-Chicago game. And yes, Matt Eberflus, he doesn't just need to get fired. He needs to be given to Elon Musk and launched into space with the next rocket so he could never coach another football team again. Eberflus might be one of the worst coaches I have ever fucking seen.
Why didn't they call a timeout?
Oh, that's a good question. They burned 23 seconds on that
seriously,
last play.
Why don't you call a timeout?
I have no idea. Especially since Detroit went into half.
Eric T is so mean. No, Jason, he did not.
But considering Detroit went into the half with all the momentum, and in the second half, it was completely flipped.
Dude,
Chicago had everything.
Real.
You know,
I feel. Look, Chicago. Listen to me. Chicago. Hold on, I'm gonna do this thing that I never do.
Make love to that microphone, Jason. Let us hear it. Let us hear
Chicago.
it.
Listen to me, Chicago. There's something you've never had in the history of your football franchise, and that's a quality quarterback. Quality quarterback. You never had it in Jim McMahon, mainly because of bad coaching. And you definitely didn't have it with Jay Cutler because, I mean, it was the Jay Cutler era of the Bears. You guys have never drafted well at the position. And now you have a bona fide superstar. And you people can't take it. Is it because he's colored? I don't know. But seriously, calm the fuck down. You have a star at the position. Just wanted to say that to Chicago because you guys act fucking ridiculous with the shit you have to say about this kid. He's not coming in the league and flying. What the fuck? Number 1 overall draft pick. He needs to fly. Thought those niggers knew how to fly. Why all of a sudden us Chicagoans sound like we're from the South? Kushlik said this is 50% NPR mumble porn and 50% serial killer calling to dawn the cops. JC said froth the mind. Oh my God, you people are fucking hilarious. But man, like, nervous as a way. Y'all can't fly. Like, you see some of the situations this young man has gotten himself in, right? And I do this dumb thing and I look on social media to see what's trending during a game. And it's always actual things going on in the game. Oh man, that was a big mistake. Or, oh, it was a big play by the Bear. Or right? Or then it's like Caleb Williams loves getting sacked. Caleb Williams is a bust. Caleb Williams, if he spent less time painting his fingernails and more time studying, dude, first of all, how fucking long do you think it takes to paint your nails? Let's just say, for shits and giggles, that he went and had a full-on manicure done before every game. I doubt it.
Yeah.
That's 45 minutes to an hour, maybe. Maybe. You think that dude is just fucking off the rest of the day? I'm pretty sure he's trying to figure out how not to get murdered. It's not fun getting the shit knocked out of you on a weekly basis.
Keep in mind, the Lions had 4 sacks in the first half. They didn't have any in the
ass.
They didn't have any in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
And Caleb Williams, for a team whose heritage goes back to, I believe, the late 1920s, Williams set the rookie passing record for the Bears in this year of our Lord 2024. Right? So that should tell you something. Right? Okay, Tony, I need you to do me a favor here. Separate Caleb and his father. Because I'm going to say this.
JC, I'm pretty sure you can watch tape while getting a mani-pedi.
Exactly. Yeah.
People love shitting on this dude because we
Hold on. Let me finish this.
You know what?
Hold on, Jason. No, don't go nowhere. Don't
interrupt you anymore. No. So I'm gonna walk away.
Tony, Caleb's dad is the fucking Lonzo Ball of the NFL. He kept trying to put words in his kid's mouth without his kid backing him up. And look at what Caleb's doing right now. He's trying to fucking tread water behind a shit offensive line. A shit coach. Eberflus, yes, you're a shit coach. And I stand by this. You need to be yeeted into the sun where your bloodline dies and you are not allowed to fucking make children. And the Eberflus line just dies. You are awful. What you did to your team in the last 2 minutes of that game, oh, man. I don't even give a shit about either team. But I was emotionally invested in this game because it was close as shit. You had wild swings of momentum between the first and second half. And what fucked the Bears in this, it wasn't Caleb Williams. It wasn't Swift. It wasn't DJ Moore. Keenan Allen fucking balled out this game.
Balled out.
And Rome Odunze did exactly what he was expected to do as wide receiver 3 playing in the slot. Came up with some tough catches, kept the fucking, the chains moving. It wasn't Caleb Williams that fucked this team. It was Matt goddamn Eberflus. And he's added to my list that if I see you in public on the street, it's fucking hands on sight. Because you fuck these young kids and you're wasting another 1 year of their goddamn career by your inane play calling, your inane fucking time management. You should be fucking smothered with a pillow or beaten with a sock full of quarters. Jesus. Fuck you, Matt Eberflus.
Jesus.
Sorry, Means TV.
What's that sound you say? That's the sound of Jason's deal getting lit on fire.
Hold on. Are you ready? We're going back to last night, Jason. Jason, yeah, we love the sports talk. So Mac, is this like you need him? Oh, you do. Oh. Well, we have another Mac. He tests better with a test audience. Like he's more fit. He's thinner. He's only got a mustache. Like we can just side him in and, maybe people will be upset at first, but this Mac is going to be better.
Do you see what someone wrote?
Oh my God, Mr. Crack.
Fuck young kids. Are we back talking about Drake? First of all, I want to thank everyone I want to thank a few people. I want to thank M. Toussaint for putting together the majority of this month's shows and next month's shows, I want to thank all the co-hosts that do this stuff for free. I want to thank Mac for hitting me up last minute because I had no intention. I want to say this again, Mac. I had no intention on bothering you on Thanksgiving. This was
First
my
off-
cross to bear.
First off, I'm a full service leftist as well. I'm not into the colonizers holiday. So when Jason says I'm doing a call-in show last night, I'm like, bet. I just had to get my ass back down here from Raleigh after dealing with my overtly racist mother and her circle of friends.
I want to thank everyone that bothers to watch this show, to comment, to argue with us, to support this insane mission that I started 6 years ago. Or it'll be 6 years next year, 5 years ago.
Yeah. You know what I'm pretty proud of? I've been here for 3 of them. So, I mean, I wasn't exactly plugged in on the internet for a long time. It was just like, oh, it's a thing I could watch porn on, you know? And then COVID hit, Jason, and I fortunately got to witness a Tuesday barbershop on the formerly known as Left Flank Vets. And I got to watch Jason, and he brought up a show in Cleveland. And in chat, I'm like, oh, Jason, you went to this place? And you're like, yeah. And then since then, Jason and I digitally locked at the hip, me and Jason.
I look, everyone that's a part of this show, that's like a co-host or like a part of the show, it's an interesting friendship because I don't know how we would meet outside of this show. I haven't been to fucking Fayetteville in at least 10 years.
And that's good. That's good.
The last time I was there, no, longer than 10 years. Been over 10 years I was in Fayetteville. We lost all our show clothes. Dude. We used to have different clothes we would change in and out of so we wouldn't smell when we got done playing.
Jason, you played at the Rock Shop. Mm-hmm. And Sean Atkins is a great friend of mine, the guy who used to own it.
Yeah.
He owns a record shop downtown now.
Oh, okay.
Because somebody stole all the sound equipment from the Rock Shop. Like broke into it, stole all of it. We tried to do a fundraiser to keep it open, so he closed it. Took the insurance money and opened up the record store downtown.
Yeah.
And a couple weeks back, I was looking for 4 by STP on vinyl because, you know, that's my bougie thing. Jason's
no, but it's fuck you. That's a great record. Look for it. Buy it. It's a great record.
Right. And Sean, I hit Sean up and he's like, I've got 1 copy left. So I shot down there at lunch and I'm like, I do a show with Jason Miles. And he was like, Bitter Lake, Jason Miles. And I was like, yeah. He was like, holy fuck, dude. You know, and he brought up somebody stole all your shit.
We stole our clothes. Yeah. We stole our show clothes. Yeah.
But he was like,
I was very sad about that.
He was like, holy fuck, you guys are boys. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have bad memories of that area because we played there a few times. I just remember our show clothes got stolen and I just remember being bummed as fuck. And I was like, but that's our whole thing are these clothes. If we don't have our magic clothes, what's going to happen? We can't play in the clothes that we wear. Then people will know who we are when we're done playing.
No, the thing is, you were playing in an army town. Half your audience was probably military people who just got out of the field and were like, I could shower, but I'd rather drink instead. So they just put clean clothes on top of their nasty bodies.
That's gross.
So yeah, it's very gross. It's very gross.
I feel like we had just washed the clothes too.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh man. Oh, dude.
Oh, that's
there was this pair of pants. Like there was this pair of pants that I had. We got them at a thrift store because we didn't have money, and they were these Wrangler like rodeo pants or some shit, and they were like polyester. I can't describe them. They were like polyester jeans. But they were black and they were comfortable as fuck. And
they were tight, showed off the bulge, but allowed Jason to didn't move
dude.
when he
you
needed
could see
to.
The veins.
Oh,
dude. I wait. There's a picture of me wearing them behind me somewhere. There. I don't know if you can see this. I'm wearing them right there. This is in West Virginia. I'll never forget this.
Yeah, I can see the vein right now.
I was in West Virginia and I was like throwing the guitar or something. Dude, I was so hurt. I was like, those are my favorite pads. And you know how you don't have any money and you can't, then you got them used anyway, so you can't find them again. Yeah. I remember being hella mad about that shit. But it is what it is.
Dude, a sad I've had my pants for a long time story. I put this pair of jeans I've had on for like 10 years and I could finally get into them again because I'm like less fat. But like I wore them so often before I got too big to wear them.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down at the bar last weekend and it split right at the back pocket. And I was like, oh God. Oh, fuck me. Mm-hmm. And my friend Sophie, the one I took the picture with and sent to you, she goes, Mac, what's wrong? And I said, my ass cheek's hanging out. And she goes, what? You don't wear underwear? And I was like, what? She's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I did a 7-year bid with no underwear. When I say 7-year bid, I mean I just walked around for 7 years and played shows with no drawers on.
Why would I?
I fucking wear. Now I'm a civilized individual.
Oh, so that makes me uncivilized?
Hella uncivilized.
Wait a minute, Jason. Wait a minute. Are you trying to make fun of my children again because they're native? Is that what we're doing? He calls my children half-breeds last night. Now he's calling them savages. Oh, the black man citing the fucking Declaration of Independence, calling them mindless red savages. Oh, thanks, Jason. God. I'm nothing but nice to you. And this is how you talk about my children? Oh.
Damn. So I thought he meant Annika.
DC, if I left you out of my shout outs, I appreciate you, my friend. You are fucking aces in my
DC
book.
Joe Black is also a good one for this chat. And you know what? DC Joe Black wasn't at the live show, apparently.
Oh, DC, we're in your backyard and you can't even be bothered to come see us.
The only people that we know from the live show are Nuri and his missus.
Nuri and Mrs. Nuri, who were rad as fuck. Rad as fuck. The man, the myth, the Dr. Claw.
Bro, you can at least wear some. He said some Reebok boxer briefs. Why he got you in designer drawers? Kush, look, I want to show you what Mexican boxer briefs look like because them motherfuckers is tiny as fuck. So Mac, I'm a huge fan of cheap drawers and socks. I love cheap drawers and socks. Moving to Mexico, the first thing I thought was, oh, I bet there's cheap drawers and socks everywhere here. I went to a store that's kind of like a Target here. It's called Soriana. I'm looking for underwear. And it's hard to find boxer briefs. Everything was like briefs. I was like, damn, these niggas really down for briefs out here. Mm-hmm. Regular ass little boy draws. And so I found some boxer briefs. Bruh. These little shits. I kind of want to show you how small they are. They look like cheerleading kick pants.
I was going to say, are they like European swim trunks for dudes?
Oh, dude. They are tiny. I took them out the package and I was like, whoa, I didn't even wash them. And it's oof. They're just at testicle level.
Well, and like
cold in the morning testicle level.
Do they like bind the boys and lift them up?
Not really.
Well, then it's not worth it. That's not worth it.
It's like, I'm like, dude, they're kind of, I want to show you, but I feel like it's wrong.
Listen, Means TV is watching. Don't show your draws. I might have almost torpedoed the deal, on my own. Don't you add to it. Don't do that.
I should just go, do these look weird to y'all?
And again, here's the Means TV production crew. Oh, Jason, Mac. Hey, great show. We loved it. But so the one, Mac, you can't threaten to physically assault an NFL head coach. Okay, Mac, shut up. Just stop. Just
We got an email from the Chicago Bears people, and the
okay.
Eberfluses are upset.
Yeah. And when I say the Chicago Bears people, it was literally Matt Eberflus. It was matt.eberflus@gmail.com. He was very upset that you said that. Okay, Jason, your underwear. Okay. While we appreciate you sharing people your journey on buying undergarments, you just can't flash your underwear on the channel. You can't do that.
It's the one thing that has baffled me and made me very angry about this beautiful place that I live is that the boxer briefs here are a lie.
Hold on. Someone, Sith Lord said, y'all had a show in Cleveland? No, but Jason, something to look into. And 2, Kush said, you've said the word come more than we permit on our platform.
Yeah, we say come a lot.
Yeah.
We say come a lot.
It's a natural bodily reaction to sexual stimulation. Like we shouldn't make this a taboo thing. Just because we talk about sports ball a lot, with the exception of football. Fuck you, Newry. Calm down, all right? But people nut. That's what they do. That's all I'm saying.
Mexican revolutionary man panties is as unacceptable as that Mac felt.
Wait. Tony, knock it off, because Mercutio and Virtuoso are going to come at me saying, oh, so you're just not a rum racist. You're an underwear racist as well. That's what I'm waiting for.
If Means TV is mad about the word come, then they have to hear this.
Hello, everyone. I don't know exactly how to have sex since I wasn't informed, and I'm probably doing it wrong. No doubt I owe some apologies for that. I'm trying to learn. I don't have sex with girls. I would rather die than do that. I might also just be gay, although who the hell knows in these increasingly strange days.
Is that Andrew Tate?
Breast.
No. breast. That's Jordan Peterson.
Oh.
Someone for the live thing in LA, I think. Someone wanted us to use that for the live thing in LA, but this is my favorite.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
That's my favorite.
That is Kamala leaning into the new edging thing. That's do not come.
When you say that, I can see her saying that, just looking you right in the eye as she's just fucking just the meanest stroke ever.
But then she stops and says,
"Do not
come.
Do not come." Just fucking just grabs the head like this.
Every Democrat in America, every male Democrat in America is like, but I want to, but I want to. And this is how we lost our Means TV days. Right here with that one.
You want to hear what it sounds like when it's just on fire? They're burning it like Jimi Hendrix with that guitar and Altamont.
Dude, did you see what Klaus said? Kamala gooning. Hey, Claw. Kamala's stroking it, getting ready to say it. You hear, here comes Norm. Gooning.
Especially white guys for Harris. Oh, dude, I didn't think that was, someone sent that to me that got that actual text message, and I didn't think it was real. I've went on my authenticity rants and how
I know.
And I don't want to go on one now because we're having too much fun, but
we are not going to do that tonight.
You're not going to do that tonight. But
we should continue to make fun of Kamala for her shit campaign. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. This is what kills me about this entire thing. And this is a heavy subject, but I'm keep it funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hated how all the libs came out and were like, you didn't want a black woman being president.
Oh, dude, they loved saying that.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what you didn't want? It wasn't just a black woman. You didn't want a woman being president. It's like, No, I didn't want another capitalist being president. But you know what I did? I swallowed my pride because I live in North Carolina. I casted a ballot for her because my daughter is openly gay.
Mm-hmm.
I did a risk mitigation vote. And give me shit about it. I don't give a fuck. I think all of you know that my kids are everything to me. And I will do whatever I can. Well, I'm not getting pegged for my kids. I won't. You know, but like in all seriousness, like that was my thought process behind it. It was a risk mitigation vote, and it felt horrible to do so because this woman does not care about my political representation in government.
Nope.
She doesn't give a fuck about what I think is important,
nope,
about taking care of people in my community. I knew that. But like her campaign sucked. When you were like, Liz Cheney, everybody coming out to endorse me, at that point, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? Oh, you dumb people. Like, I swear to God, the Favreau, not the good John Favreau, the guy
the other guy, the Pod Save America guy.
The Pod, I'm a twat, ran loser campaigns, but somehow I'm a political expert guy. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I swear to God, he helped Kamala on her fucking campaign too, because it was the same fucking shit.
Didn't he help somehow on that?
I believe so. Yes.
I believe he did. Yeah, I think you're telling the truth. You know, I have my opinions on the whole thing. I think they got what they wanted. They wanted more women to come out. I think they thought that was going to be a bigger deal. More women did come out. I believe she got more votes than Hillary.
Yeah, but here's the thing with this elections in this country. Whether you're lefties like us or like the weird libertarian right people,
sure.
If you're offering candidates that do not represent you, what is the point of us voting? Why are you getting mad at people who refuse to cast a ballot when they know they have no political representation in the system? It's not my obligation to vote for these two shit parties that don't represent me. Well, so why am I the bad guy?
Think about it like this. Look at it from this perspective. Not so much about like, because these are just like pundits. It may be pundits saying that, but there's a lot of people on the internet saying some stupid shit, right?
Hold on. Chef, there is a good Jon Favreau. He's the super nerd that wrote The Mandalorian, was Happy Hogan in the Marvel movies.
He's the Marvel
He's
guy.
The good one. He's the good
Swingers,
one.
Yeah.
Like, come on. He's done a lot of good shit.
I really thought they were the same person. I didn't realize there were two until maybe like a year ago.
Okay, so first off, the good Jon Favreau is built more like me with curlier hair and no facial hair, and is a phenomenal writer and a phenomenal producer and a phenomenal director. And if you doubt me, watch the movie Chef. Jason, you've seen the movie Chef, correct?
I haven't seen the movie Chef. I know the movie you're talking about, but I haven't seen it. I know the favorite movie you're talking about, but I haven't.
You need to watch that movie. It's literally one of the best movies you're going to watch, especially considering you love food.
I also love watching made-for-TV movies from the early 80s. So
yes, and I get that, but you would love this show or love this movie because it's a man trying to connect with his son around food. It's amazing. Yes, New Reed. George Carlin is literally the oracle of our day, warts and all.
Well, here's the thing that I am trying to kind of say in this piece that I need to finish. I was supposed to write it today, but I was just so sad.
No, you were so looking forward to me coming on the show with you.
We're going to come on tonight.
Yeah, stop it.
But check it. Think about this. If you think of the fact that there's probably more people that are just disconnected from politics, that are eligible to vote, that are disconnected from culture war issues, that just don't care, that have checked out, they don't know what's going on, don't care what's going on. That means you have, I'm just throwing random numbers out to make this statement make sense. 50 million people that are going to vote for the R, 50 million people that are going to vote for the D.
The D.
I know. And you have 15 to 20 million people that can be swayed. They're the radicals that can be swayed. In 2020, they were swayed against the authoritarian state and the failures of the Trump administration, right? They were swayed by police violence and COVID. In 2024, they're swayed by ineptitude in the office and quote unquote authenticity in the form of Donald Trump. And it's all about how do you get those 15 to 20 million people. And I've heard people say some things that are true to a certain point, right? If the Democrats would have done this, if they would have said, I'm like, no one believes them.
Yeah.
They don't have anyone that's speaking in a way that's believable. Had Kamala Harris been able to do, and this is going to sound fucking retarded, if her and Trump were able to go on a debate battle rap tour and she could have just battled him all over the country, I don't know if she wins, but the results look very different.
Yeah.
Because he can't do to her what he did to Hillary Clinton. Any other white people say, oh, they should have ran this white lady, they should have ran this white. Any other white lady that would have ran, he would have treated her like he did Hillary Clinton.
Yep.
And she would have got treated like the first wife. He's real good at the sexism.
Or even at this point, the third.
Tom Moon says, Gaza, I don't believe that, because if that was the issue, then why do people vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah,
it's not like he didn't incite a lot of the things that are going on right now. It's, again, how do you sway the 15 to 20 million radical people? What is the thing that's getting them hyped? Right now, it's the culture war. The culture war has material benefit for people. The fear, the economic fear of an encroachment of people coming from the southern border to take jobs and receive benefits is a legitimate economic fear.
Which is almost nonsense.
Exactly.
Because
but
this is what kills me. I got to work on a project for a guy named Tim K. Hernandez. And I don't know if you know who he is, Jason. He wrote a book called All They Will Call You. And it was about the Bracero program from 48 to 66.
Yep.
But
64.
the book was about the flight that went down. And I believe it was 51. Again, I've had a couple tall boys. Don't quote me on the year.
I'm fucking with you. Yeah.
But it killed almost 200 people that were coming over on the Bracero program to literally do the farming and pick the food that we eat in the United States, right? That program is still very alive and well. And the reason I know this is because I went to the University of North Carolina in Pembroke. Do you know what's right down the street from Pembroke? A fucking Smithfield plant where they slaughter and process hogs, and a Campbell's plant where they can soup.
Mm-hmm.
And I drove by the camps where they keep the migrant workers, will not allow them to leave. They send 2 people a week in a van to go to Walmart with everybody's order for soap, toothpaste, toothbrushes, shit like that. Mm-hmm. And when we went up there, students, to give them food and other things, their private security fucksticks came out and drew weapons on us.
Mm.
That program is still alive and well, and maybe not in the same name or form, but it's still here. And the thing is, when you say Donald Trump is going to ensure that we don't have migrant workers picking food, we've already seen how disastrous that was in Florida and Mississippi and Alabama when those states limited how migrant workers could work and shit wasn't getting in on time.
Yeah.
Food wasn't getting picked. It wasn't getting delivered.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and the thing is,
they were using prison labor, and it didn't work out well for them at all.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what kills me most. And this is, granted, I thought it was funny just because of the interaction with my horrible mother and her friends. I mean, I think we all know well enough by now, I'm not very close with my family. I surround myself with good people, and that's my family. But when I hear shit, people like talk about tariffs and they don't know what it is. And I literally pull up a movie clip that explains it better than what this twat did. And he's like, well, that's not what I learned. Well, bitch, you didn't look at anything. The Taft-Hartley tariff was horrible for the United States economy. well, those countries are going to pay for it. No, they're not. No, they're not. What, dude? Jason, I work on a fucking car dealership. You know what GM has already passed down to us? Inventory might be fucking smaller coming forward, but here's the price increases we're doing on every vehicle. Because for your smaller GM vehicles, most of them are, the parts are fabricated, assembled. The vehicle is assembled in Korea. So we're talking Traxxas, Trailblazers, Blazers.
Mm-hmm.
They come from South Korea. When we're talking about like Equinoxes, bigger Suburbans, Tahoes, Silverado 1500s, 2500s, 3500s, guess where the transmissions and everything are set up? Here in the United States. But where's the body made, Jason?
Mexico?
Right down the road from you. Yes, sir. In Baja, Mexico.
Yep. Yeah, so, that was what what's her name said. Claudia Scheinbaum was like,
yeah,
you're gonna fuck up the car industry like real bad with these tariffs.
Yeah. And the thing is, he doesn't give a shit. Scheinbaum can close that border and he could say there won't be any tariffs. You know, that's exactly what he'll do. Because that's what this stupid base of his wants. They want to go back to 1928 tariffs. And how was the economy in 1928? It was bad. When I say bad, it was awful. And especially now, when so many Americans think that we can jumpstart American manufacturing in 18 to 24 months, we don't have the infrastructure for that. We don't make anything here anymore.
Mm-mm.
Because corporations do not want to fucking pay American workers.
Mm-mm. That's not how capitalism works.
Oh, no. And everybody's like, Reagan would never have wanted this. Reagan is the one who enacted the policies that allowed this to happen. He opened the floodgates for outsourcing. He did all this. He allowed banks to mix business and consumer banking together.
Like the good old days of GM aren't coming back to the Midwest or Southern California either, where there was also a lot of car manufacturing.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
absolutely.
that shit's you made too much money, as Mac is explaining to you, in Korea, in Mexico, like literally in Baja. That's the industry on the eastern side of the state.
GM has 3 plants, Stellantis has 2, Ford has 4. Right in Baja on the East Coast, like Jason
Hyundai
said.
has a plant. There's a Hyundai bus that picks people up and takes them to Tecate. Yeah, dude, we see it every day. So that's where the cars are being put together, and that's not going to change anytime soon. No one wants that to change. There's a lot of Trump's interesting because people forget what he actually was able to do, what he wasn't able to do. Like, I'm never going to say, oh, he never really got anything done, because a few things that he was able to do were really devastating. Like, again, the border separation policy was fucking devastating.
Yeah.
And it made asylum claims extremely difficult. Now, have asylum claims gone up post-Trump? Fuck yeah. Because things have gotten worse in certain countries in Latin America, especially Venezuela. If Trump was to let his foot off the gas, and he's not going to do it,
no,
on the embargo pretty much in Venezuela, he would ease a lot of tensions in Latin America and ease a lot of the migration. This is what
kills me. In 1993, Trump took a case all the way to the Supreme Court to fight indigenous nation gaming because it was killing his casinos, which is what he claimed. But he had 2 casinos right next door to each other that he bankrupted, which I don't know how you do, because casinos are just a legal way of printing money. So, like, that shows me how bad of a business manager you are, 1. And 2, part of Project 2025 is to stop indigenous gaming. And this is the sad part. 64% of indigenous votes went to Trump this past election.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how?
Well,
they will literally, like, the whole administration's plan is to literally cut off your entire revenue stream. And you want to, honestly, it's in backlash against the McGirt case that saw literally 60% of Oklahoma land is now indigenous land. And that fucking wazoo neo-Christian state is panicking over it. Even though the indigenous nations there, Jason, when the privatized hospitals were going tits up, guess what the indigenous nations did? Went and bought them, kept them open, and kept them open for everybody. Everybody. Not just nation members, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But they're worried, what does this mean for Tulsa? If the indigenous nations are overseeing Tulsa, what happens? And all nations were like, we're going to keep business as usual. What we want is services to continue to run to help people. But because, again, you have a bunch of fucking white Christo nationalists that run the fucking state, they're freaking out about it. And now it's like we have to cut off one of the largest revenue generators for indigenous nations, where they provide schools, colleges, fucking, housing programs. We're going to cut off the revenue stream that funds them. The very reason they want to cut funding to the Department of the Interior is like, well, Native people aren't doing enough with the money they have. Well, they're starting to do those things, and you want to make sure they don't have it? Like, it makes no fucking sense. But 64% of indigenous people cast a ballot for Trump.
You cast a ballot for Trump. And that makes me go,
No, my brother.
No.
and it also makes me go,
Keep fucking with me.
It's absolute. It baffles me, because I already know that both parties don't give a shit about labor. They don't give a shit about the actual working person in this country. They don't give a shit about working people at all, regardless of where they're from. They just don't give a fuck. They're going to back corporations up. They're going to continue, make sure they make their money. That's what they want. But when I see working people cast ballots for the party that literally says, fuck you, worker, I don't give a shit if you live or die, but they still pass those, cast those ballots. It confounds me.
The right to work laws in those states, like where I'm from, they're insane. I don't know, man. I don't want to end this on a downer because it's Thanksgiving or something.
No, it's a day. Friends, here's the thing. I don't like Thanksgiving because every day, for the things I'm thankful for them every day. I'm thankful that I finally got help and fix my shit. I'm thankful for Jason being my best friend. Let me come on and do shenanigans with him a couple times a week sometimes. And how he's always got my back. And when we're both sucking dick for beer money, we got each other's back. I'm thankful for all you guys in chat that sit there and give me shit all the time. And I might cry a little bit when we get off air, but I know you love me. It's out of love. I just the things I'm thankful for every day. I'm so thankful to still be here and get to hang out with you guys, talk sports and goofy shit and serious shit. But we don't need one day for this. This should be every day. Period. Well, Chuck, here's the thing. The front of house at my dealership all gets today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday off. I have to be at work tomorrow. Ugh. It's fucking nonsense. It's just like I go out for May Day. I put my PTO day in so I can do May Day up in Raleigh. And they're like, what's May Day? Well, it's an actual day to celebrate laborers because you always have me working on Labor Day, dickhead. What the fuck, dude? I love you guys. You are phenomenal. You're amazing people. And Joey, if you're watching, Jason and I love you. And Mrs. Joey. Just like we did last night.
Joey, we don't know what we did to piss you off, but we are thankful that at one point in time you watched us. So if you're around, Joey, comment and let us know.
Joey, blink twice so we know you're okay.
We miss you, Joey. For those that don't know, we don't know what episode it was that Joey appeared, and for some reason his wife became the part of just scorn. She was going to be.
Yeah. She was that scorned woman in Switch from Tubi. Not the Ellen Barkin film with Jimmy Smits, but the Tubi version.
Again, I'm going to tell people the Boomer channel on YouTube has all these Linda Carter made-for-TV movies that are the most ridiculous plotted movies in the history of ridiculous plotted movies. And
I mean,
you have to watch them.
Before we go on, I would watch a Linda Carter movie now on mute because she's still so fucking hot.
Oh my god, dude, Linda, in these, you have to see this movie Hotline. It doesn't make any sense. It starts off. You see this house, and you see someone's like stalking someone in a house, right? And it's Linda Carter, and she goes to work, and she's a bartender, and there's a guy at the bar, and he's rude, and he's trying to hit on her, and it's the early '80s. So a rude guy at the bar is so fucking over the top that you're kind of like, oh yeah, it's the '80s. Yeah. Like a lot has changed in 40 years. And then this kind of nerdy looking dude, who I guess was a good looking guy 40 years ago, is like, hey, don't talk to fucking Linda Carter like that, because that's fucking Linda Carter, and I'll give you a talking to, sir. And so
nobody talks to Wonder Woman like that.
Yeah, no one talks to Wonder Woman like that. So Wonder Woman's like, thank you, sir, whoever the fuck you are. And the guy's like, hey, you're kind of hot. And she's like, I know. And then she goes, well, I'm going to go home because this guy just fucking creeped me out, and that's not cool. The guy goes, well, be safe. And if I ever come back around here again, I'd love to take you out. She's like, heat maybe. And so she goes home, and she gets in the shower, but doesn't show anything. It's a made-for-TV movie. And so you hear, like, you see from the perspective of the guy, right? Because this is also the era of, like, let's show you the perspective of the killer. So the killer is broken into her house, and he's gonna get her. And then Linda Carter gets out of the shower because she hears a noise, and all of a sudden, the man that saved her from the bar just walks in her house, and she's really fucking calm about it.
What?
Now she was scared when she heard the noise, because who wouldn't be scared if you're in your house alone and you hear, like, you're like, oh no, someone's in my house trying to kill me. And she, like, lives in the middle of nowhere, because you have to live in the middle of nowhere to be in one of these movies. Yeah. So she calls the police, right? She does what people never do. She calls 911, and the man that saved her at the bar just walks in her door. He goes, the man is gone now. And she's like, hi? The cops are like, what's going on, Linda Carter? And she's like, well, there's some guy that I think broke into my house, but there's another guy, and he says that guy's gone. Can you send someone here anyway? Because this new dude's just in my fucking house. So the guy just walks in her house, and he's like, I followed you home because the guy from the bar followed you home, and I wanted to make sure everything was fine, and he's gone now. And I'm watching it like, you're not tripping? This fucking guy just walked in your house?
And that should show
you
you
how flirty with him and shit.
How good of an actress Linda Carter is she can diffuse the situation.
She just was like, oh, this, and then the cops. So they show the cops walk up to the guy, and they're like, we looked around your house, man. We don't see a sign of a break-in. And the guy, the good guy, is like, and he ends up being a good guy. He goes, well, I saw the man, and he was in the home. And the cop goes, well, we'll call you later. And they just walk away. I'm like, you didn't even get his phone number. Like, how are you going to call him later? Like,
because it's the 80s. She can just.
It's the 80s. Like, fuck.
Can I get the number for John Smith? It's 555.
Can I get the number for random white guy that just walks into someone's house?
Yeah.
If I was Linda Carter, I'd be fucking terrified. I'm like, wait a minute. You're telling me.
Well, first off, Linda Carter's Wonder Woman. She doesn't have to be terrified of anything. She puts the bracelets together.
Apparently, she didn't have her fucking lasso or her bulletproof wristbands.
She don't need it. She's a daughter of Themyscira. She doesn't have to worry about shit.
Dude,
right?
She was like, so she just meets the guy, and the guy's like, I like you, and there's something about you. I think you should come work for me because I think you'd be good at the job that I do. And I'm like, how do you think this, sir? Because you've only seen her get hit on at a bar and then stalked by a murderer.
Because she's Wonder Woman. That's why she's good at everything.
And then the guy's like, she's like, oh, really? What do you do for a living? He goes, well, why don't you come check out what I do? I run a call center for suicide prevention. Just a little thing.
Wow.
I think you'd be great.
That
'Cause you've been
escalated
victimized
quickly.
like a son of a bitch. I think you'd be great at this.
That got no. I'm good. That escalates too quickly. I need at this
That's
point.
like 10 minutes in. And then she goes to the job. And so for the application, she doesn't fill out any paperwork. They just go, a jumper's on the phone right now. Why don't we give it to the new girl and see how she handles it?
Jesus Christ. That's not okay.
I was like, holy shit. She didn't have a training. She didn't read a fucking brochure.
Hey,
and
Jason.
Then I thought to myself, you know what's sad about this?
Hold on. Keep describing this. I have to pee again.
Okay. This to me is how that BetterHelp therapy app works. It's just a Linda Carter like person. Like, oh, let's see how fucking Johnny does today. Hey, Johnny, this guy over here is like 5 seconds away from putting a bullet in his fucking mouth. Why don't you text him back and tell him everything's okay? I was so blown away by the flippant nature of these people that work at a suicide prevention line, and they're like, why don't we give the new girl, why don't we hey, here's the phone. And she's like, oh, I've never done this before. Yeah, we know, because who the fuck has? Wonder Woman. And she's talking on the phone like she's talking to a child. And it's hilarious. You can't hear the person on the other end. You just hear like Wonder Woman talk, which is even better than hearing the person on the other end, because you have to think like, okay, you work at a suicide prevention hotline. Like someone's got to be saying the saddest, worst shit ever, right? If you've gotten that low and you're like, no one is listening to me. I live alone. My entire life is a series of sadness and failures. And I can't get out of my own way. And no one loves me. No one will ever love me. I just don't want to. I don't want to be here anymore. I wish I could disappear and just be gone and not be a burden, because all I feel like is I'm just a burden.
I came in at the wrong time because
we came at the right time.
Soul.
And then wait a minute. And then Wonder Woman gets on the phone. She's like, hey. And her name in the movie, I don't understand why her name in the movie is Brian. Her name in the movie is Brian. And she goes, hi, I'm Brian. And then she goes, yeah, I know. It sounds like a boy's name, but I spell it differently with an I.
What the fuck?
What seems to be your problem, buddy? Oh,
You know what? At this point, I feel bad for Linda Carter for having to deal with horrible screenwriters. All right, Linda, your name's Brian. And she's just like, what? You know, do you not realize I was Wonder Woman on a nationally syndicated TV show? Yeah, Linda, I get it. But your name's Brian in this movie.
Tony Red said, damn, Thanksgiving blues got to Jason. Wait, listen, Mac. She goes, and they're trying to coach her on the other end. And she's like, oh, you want to jump? And they're like, right? And they're like, tell him that there's another way. You know, there could be another way. And then they make her say something else, and then the guy doesn't jump. And I didn't think it was real. I was watching that and falling asleep. So I fell asleep. And the next day I was like, I don't think what I watched was a real movie. So I have to watch it again. So I watched it like stone cold awake so I could remember all this bullshit. The
Jason,
movie got so much crazier.
Have you looked at chat?
What the fuck, Brian?
Brian Joy Gray. Brianna Woo Greyjoy. Chat, this is why you're the best. This is why you're the absolute fucking best.
What's that news feel like around your neck, dirt boy? Because what's funny is, so she gets the job at the place, right?
Okay.
And so the people at the bar, there's two guys that work at the bar or that own the bar. One guy is an actor and the other guy is his stunt man that hurt himself. And the actor apparently used to fuck Linda Carter, but he's married, and Linda Carter's the ultimate.
So it's Fall Guy plus Linda Carter.
Yes.
Okay.
And so the actor guy is like, and he has the guy like thick text like Linda or Brian, when are we gonna get back? There's only one thing I want, Brian, and that's to fuck you again. She's like, I can't fuck you because you told me you were getting divorced and you're fucking married. Well, we're gonna get divorced. That's not gonna work for me, and that's really fucked up, and I don't want to be a part of that, and I can't fuck with you. But she worked, but that guy owned the bar.
This guy's going up to Linda Carter, just like Linda. Linda.
And so
give me another chance. Just give me one more. Give me more.
I can smell it, Linda. My God, I can smell it.
Linda's like, I can smell it too. I can really smell it too.
The whole movie, this guy is acting like, my God. Every time she walks by, it's like her farts are an intoxicant. I can't get enough. And so she goes, but they're like, oh, who's your new beau? This doctor guy that's got you talking at the crazy factory for the jumpers. And she's like, he's a nice man, and guess what? He's not married. Oh. And so, dude goes, well, we're gonna do a fucking fishing trip. Why don't you bring the new guy? You're fucking, you dirty slut. I want to smell you. And so.
Your perfume's so nice.
My God, you're beautiful. And so she would leave the bar and she goes to work. Oh, you're going to work at the fucking crazy house. And there's like a black guy she works with. And everyone on this gets on the phone with these people, just talks to suicidal people like they're kindergartners. It's like, oh, okay. Well, maybe you shouldn't hit your wife. Have a good one. And so Linda Carter's like, hey,
maybe I shouldn't hit my wife. Hold on. I'm messed up.
Thank you, Hotline, for help. So Linda Carter goes into the hotline. And the reason why the movie's called Hotline is because there's a series of murders going on. And the murders are just happening super randomly, right? And you don't know how the murders are going to tie into Linda Carter. And then somebody calls up and this is exactly how, I'm not trying to be funny. This is how the voice sounds. The voice sounds like this. Hi, Linda Carter. I am the killer that's been killing all the people in the news. And I know who you are. Your name is Brian with an I.
So it's the old pedophile from Family Guy?
Wait, listen. And he's like,
hey, Linda,
he starts speaking.
Linda, I'm going after Chris, but I have to kill all these people first.
And Linda Carter's like, hey, suicidal weirdo, how do I know you're really the murderer?
How about this? I cut that man's throat, and then I went and looked at Chris through his window.
And then he starts telling like these weird nursery rhymes.
Sid, yes, it's Herbert the pervert who was the murderer in this fucking movie. He
starts doing these weird nursery rhymes. And the nurse, and so he's like, in London, Hickory dickory dock, I cut off some cocks.
Oh my God.
And you're like, what the fuck? If you can find out whose cock I cut off in London, then I'll tell you another riddle. And then he hangs up the phone.
That is Hubert the pervert. That's
Hey, Linda. After I got done staring at Chris in the window, I cut off a man's penis in London, Northwest, right outside of Tower Bridge. If you can identify him, I'd tell you who my next victim is. You want a popsicle?
The whole movie's like that. The whole movie he just calls with these nursery rhymes. Mary had a little lamb. That bitch fell for a scam. Stabbed that hoe and then ate some ham. Ha ha ha.
wow.
It's the craziest shit. And then she goes on this wild goose chase. She's like, I solved the riddle, and a man died in London when this happened, and the killer's calling me. And you would think the people that work at the suicide hotline would take things a little more seriously. As someone that has worked with homeless people that say crazy shit all the time, true story. I think I've told this before. I'll tell it again. I don't give a shit. I should tell this 100 times a year. Homeless people don't get their mail. If you live in a shelter, we intercept your mail first, and then we give it to you. It's very normal, right? Or even a facility. We're going to get the mail first, and then we're going to give it to you. There was a guy, these homeless people would be like, someone's stealing my checks. Now, were they telling the truth all the time? No. These were the same people that I had to kill invisible spiders. I've extracted so many screaming people that don't exist from rooms, Mac. You have no idea.
Well, it goes back into the mental health things we were talking about last night. We're not.
Yeah. We're not. But yeah, but you have to always listen because there's always truth in the crazy shit. That's why I exterminated I never said, yeah, there's a fucking ghost in your, because sometimes
Jason's taking off his fucking sneaker and killing the invisible spider.
So I have to find the video of that, but there is video of me because someone thought
Jason's over. Did I get it? And the guy's like, no, it's off to your right.
Yeah,
gotcha, bro.
He was like, this dude would smoke so much meth. He would smoke this insane amount of meth. He would stay up, Mac, because I worked the weird overnight shift, and he would stay up the whole shift, and he was in a wheelchair, and he'd wheel his ass in there. And he used to be like a kind of a pimpy dude back when his legs worked. So he would talk some funny ass shit, but he'd be like, man, y'all motherfuckers need to get these. And he would talk like a super baitcast. He'd be like, you motherfuckers need to get these motherfucking spiders up off me. And it's like, oh, okay, where are they now? You don't see that motherfucker right there?
I should not be laughing at this.
Oh, it was fucking hilarious. And so it's like, okay, I'll kill the spiders, right? But sometimes when you go to their room, there'd be a legitimate problem, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna listen to you because there's always legitimate shit you're saying.
Yeah.
So for like 6 months, this one lady was like, there's someone stealing my checks. Now, the first time she said that, she blamed her daughter, who she was estranged from. And it wasn't true. Her daughter had nothing to do with her. There was no way her daughter was getting the money the way she thought it was. One of the employees literally was intercepting his client's checks.
No.
Yeah.
Ah.
True story.
Don't do Puck on me from Real World. Don't do that.
like
fun story, guys. When Jason was living in the Bay Area and they were filming The Real World there in '93, Jason kept popping up behind the cameras. I'm the black guy here. It's me.
I did know Muhammad.
Dude, that was the most tragic one because I love Judd Winnick. He's a phenomenal comic book writer. And when he did My Life with Pedro, I think I was 15 when he finally published it, and I bought it. And you got to keep in mind, this was an indie comic book, so it wasn't like buying like $1 comic book from Marvel or DC at the time. It was like $4. But dude, it broke my heart because like after the camera stopped rolling, it goes back to what you were saying about reality TV.
Mhm.
You didn't realize Pedro died,
Yeah, Pedro died. He's a real person in those people's lives.
right?
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
forget that Pedro was, he was one of the guys that was out there. I'm sick. I have AIDS. Like in the mid 90s to almost the late 90s, trying to like raise awareness. And he writes this book, dude. And I'm like a 14-year-old kid, Jason, that's like reading like Wildcats by Jim Lee. Like, fuck yeah, big titty girls like killing an alien. And I read My Life with Pedro, and I'm just like, oh my God, I have all the feelings right now. This is horrible. Why did Pedro die? Mac, he had AIDS. He was gonna get sick. He couldn't afford the meds.
It was real.
But why?
The
Why did he
tragedy
die?
the way reality television just uses tragedy. But back to my point about the movie is about the whole thing is like, when you work in these environments and you hear crazy shit, it's always best. I'm like, this one lady told the story.
Hold on, before you go, Connor, comic books are almost $5 an issue now. So
comic books are super expensive now.
Oh yeah, it's stupid expensive.
But this lady was telling a story, and it was I was asking her why her tooth was chipped, and she was like, "Oh, I chipped my tooth because the police beat me up when they kidnapped my son." And I was like, "That's so weird." And so I went to her case manager, and I was like, "Hey, homegirl said this thing, and that just sounds odd." And he goes, "That does sound odd." And like a week later, he goes, "Hey, dude, remember that shit fucking homegirl said?" I was like, "He goes, yeah." In the police report, it says she banged her head on the window when her son was kidnapped. Apparently, her son really was kidnapped, and she lost her shit. Like, through all the crazy shit you're gonna hear, there's always some truth. So if someone's calling in going,
Herbert the pervert here. I've got a left hand right now with my last victim.
I'm cutting off them cocks.
If you can find the right hand, you'll find me.
You would think they'd be like, we should trace this. It took forever for them to even think of tracing the call. And you just watch the movie yourself. It is ridiculous. If you don't like old movies from the 80s, you're going to get mad at it because the lighting's real shitty and the transfer is horrible. It's a horrible transfer.
If you think Linda Carter is a fucking beautiful woman, just watch it.
If you because this is back before people think a butt is a good thing to put in a movie. So
all I'm saying
is
Linda was a fat-bottomed white woman back when it was not fashionable.
She's the queen of the long butts,
dude.
That's what I'm talking about with a long butt, like a Linda Carter long butt.
I'm telling you right now, in her later years, that woman has dedicated herself to squats, and it looks very nice now. That's all I'm saying. And at 70-something years old, if Linda Carter gave me the fucking okay, gives me consent, I am there, bro. Linda, choke me out with your lasso of truth.
Did you see what Kushlick wrote?
No, what Kush say now?
Snippy the elf sounds fun.
Kush, don't mess around with Herbert. I'm efficient at my job. Would you like a popsicle?
I was like, oh my God. There's another one I'm trying to watch with John Lithgow and Linda Gray called Not in Front of the Kids. And I fell asleep on it last night.
Hold on, Andrew. Yes, we're still going at it because this is an Ask the Crew episode. We can go to 6 a.m. if we were so inclined. Don't challenge us. Jason and I are professionals.
Popsicles in the cellar.
That's right, Dada.
My favorite is Snippy. That needs to be a new character. Snippy the elf.
Snippy the elf talking flat butts against fat bottom white women against pog chasing MLK.
Like,
Hold on, and then Malcolm comes out. Snippy, how dare you? How dare you talk about flat bottom white women to Dr. King and myself?
Are they having sex in front of the kids? I don't know what's going on in front of the kids yet. All I know is John Lithgow is mad that Linda Gray, his ex-wife, is living with a man, and they have 2 daughters, and he's super religious, and
John Lithgow is playing a religious man.
John Lithgow is playing the super religious ex-husband, and the new husband is a doctor. What do you call it when you're doing your rounds? You're not a doctor yet. You're doing your, what is that called?
Oh shit!
Intern or whatever.
Not intern. You're
There's a word for it.
There is a word for
There's
it.
a word for it.
Yeah.
The chat's gonna say it.
You are Turk and JD from Scrubs in the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, he's like that stage, right? And he's like supposed to be a little younger than Linda Gray. And so Linda Gray has these kids, and the kids
hold on. Connor, you struck me as a lover of flat bottom white women, but you're saying no, it's a deal breaker.
Residency.
There we go.
Yeah.
But Connor, I'm gonna need you to explain a little bit. Do we like fat bottom women, Connor, with one N? You goofball.
With one
We got to replace Joey, Jason. So it's going to be Connor with one N.
So wait, Mac, I think you would like not in front of the. I have to finish not in front of the kids. So the guy's like, "Hey, I really like you," and she's like, "I like you a lot too, but I don't know if I'm ready to do the whole live together thing." And the dude's like, "Look, bitch, I'm about to be a doctor, and I'm about to make all this fucking money. You're just this failed architect. So take this about to be Dr. Dick, and I don't mind your shitty little kids. And why does your one kid have that dumb Dutch boy fucking haircut? You have 2 little girls, and one of them looks like a little Swedish guy in a paint can." And so she's like, "Well, you have a point there. Why don't we live together? I'll ask the kids first." That's fair. I'm okay. She goes to the kids. "Hey kids, you know that new guy I'm fucking?" They're like, "Yeah, we fucking love the new guy you're fucking." She goes, "He might move in. Is that cool?" "Is it cool? Fuck yeah, new dad. Dun, 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 new dad.
Hold on. Connor with one N said, "I can't spend my life with a woman with no ass. Crucify me." Connor, the only person in this chat that's going to crucify you is Jason himself. Because the flatter it is, the more interested he is, my friend.
Connor Christ died for
round bottom women. You know what, Sid? You're absolutely right. There's a new character, Connor Christ. Connor with one N, Christ.
Connor, the longer the butt, the better my strut. Okay.
Keep fucking with me.
All right.
There's another T-shirt right there, Jason.
Because I nut quick.
I hope someone spit on their screen.
No, Connor, you didn't surprise me. I just wasn't prepped for it because most people that are Connor with one N are absolute twats. But Connor with one N here in chat, you are phenomenal. You're a man I would take a bullet in the calf for, not in major extremities, but in the calf.
Jason,
because I can survive that.
Dog-assed women.
Zach was like, "You know what? I'm gonna go for the throat right now." Connor of Nazareth. There we go, Eric. Exactly. Connor of Nazareth.
Connor.
There's another T-shirt right there. Connor of Nazareth.
Dr. Claus says Linda Carter is 5'11". How tall is Linda Gray? Wait, listen to what happens in Not in Front of the Kids. I haven't found out what happened. I haven't found out what they're not supposed to do in front of the kids.
2 girls. One of them looks like a Dutch boy.
One of the girls are like, "Who the fuck? Why do these kids keep having these horrible haircuts?" Anyway, so the new guy loves the kids. He comes home from work, and the kids are like, "New dad, we fucking love you," and they're hugging him. He's like, "Holy shit! I come home from a long day. about to be a doctor, and these two kids, one of them's kind of cute, one of them I don't know about, hugs me, and then I get to fuck Linda Gray. Holy shit!
With my
Life's
almost Dr. Dick. I get to just lay it out there.
I'm laying pipe. Everything's right.
Yeah.
So the kids, he's trying to be a good dude. He's not even trying to be a douche. John Lithgow comes. John Lithgow's got a 3-piece suit on, right? And dude's like, "Hey, I'm the new guy. I'm definitely fucking your wife. Just want to say hello." John Lithgow's like, "Yeah. Are you living here?" And the girls get in the car because they're going to go to church. That's his whole thing. He's super religious. And they get in the car, and John Lithgow goes, "Is the new guy that's fucking your mom moving in?" And they're like, "Fuck yeah, he's going to be our new dad. We have 2 dads.
2 Christmases. Woo!"
And John Lithgow's like, what? So he takes the kids to church, and one little girl's trying to draw, and he gets mad at the girl for drawing and like smiling because you're not supposed to smile in John Lithgow's church.
No, never in church. No.
And then you find out that his dad's the pastor. So they go back to their grandparents' house for post-church meal. And he tells his dad, "Dad, I don't know if I feel comfortable with Linda Gray living with this new dude." And the dad goes, "Well, that's a sin." The kids are right there. He's like, "That's a sin. And your ex-wife's kind of a whore." And
you should kill them.
So the Dutch boy kid is like, "Is mommy going to hell?" And so the grandma goes, "Man, I don't think your mommy's going to hell." Grandpa just gets a little carried away. And grandma's like, "Nah, your mom's fucking going to hell, and your dad needs to do something about it because this bitch is definitely out of line." And so John Lithgow drops off the kids, and he tries to punk Linda Gray. He's like, "Look, Linda Gray, this shit ain't cool. You got this guy living with you, and I don't appreciate it because it's some whorish shit."
Now, while you're saying this, I'm picturing John Lithgow from Third Rock from the Sun saying it in my head.
And I'm like,
Now, Linda Gray, your whorish activity has to stop. And if you don't, I will put a stop to it myself. My Dutch son daughter said that they whatever are excited about this man moving into our home.
Dude, I have to find out how this movie. I can't watch. I watch this stuff at like 1 a.m. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Claw. Linda Gray is Sue Ellen from Dallas.
Yes.
Message from the big giant head. You're a whore.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt pops out of the background. She's a whore,
So Linda Gray's dad apparently is a lawyer. She's like, "Dad, dude's trying to sue me for custody. Can I lose the case to John Lithgow? I'm not a bad mom." And her dad's like, "Well, you're probably going to win, but you never know." And she's like, "Well, fuck, Dad, you're a lawyer. Can you represent me?" He goes, "No, I can't represent you." And she goes, "You represented me in the divorce." He goes, "That was different." And she goes, "Well, how is this any different?" He goes, "Well, I think you're a whore too."
This is the most waspy movie I've ever heard in my life.
And Linda Gray's like, "What?" And her mom's like, "That's kind of fucked up." He's like, yeah. Look, 2 whores trying to talk to a man.
Wow.
It's fun. And that's when I was like dozing. I was like, I have to finish this.
Yeah. Wait, I'm riveted, but
it's like, I just want to know what they did in front of the kid.
Jason falls asleep on that old man's dick.
Hickory dickory.
Jason, wake up. I got a popsicle for you.
Like these movies, you forget how far we've come as a society until you watch a movie about something as banal as no, I'm just gonna live with this guy. He's not even like a bad guy. He's like really nice. He's the nicest guy ever.
Absolutely, he's accepting of the kids.
Oh,
and they're excited to see him.
The kids are like, he goes to the PTA like open house, and the kids are like, hey, look at this fucking look at my crayon box, new dad. And the old dad walks in, and the new dad goes, hey, kids are just showing me. He's like, what the fuck are you doing here? You have no business being here. You're not her fucking kid. You're not the dad. I'm the dad. And he goes, you know what? You're right. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna leave. And then Linda Gray tries to make a scene. He goes, no, Linda Gray, don't make a scene. He's right. He's their dad.
This is a stand-up man right there.
Right? I'm fighting sleep going, this nigga's all right.
He's whiter than Mac, but
this nigga is all right.
Old man dick. If you don't know what we're referencing, watch last night's episode. You'll know. You'll know.
So the movie was pro-divorce. I think the movie was supposed to be one of the there's a bunch of movies more so in the 90s because people forget laws changed.
Big time in the early 90s.
The crime bill has a very important part in it called the Violence Against Women Act. That changed a lot of things for women, especially when it came to like divorce and shit. So that's why you see politicians that stand behind it. So like, hey, Violence Against Women Act changed a lot of shit. And it really did. But
Zach said, no, Linda, I'll come back later for that long Minar, the call-in part ended, dude. I'm
sorry. We're
sorry.
wrapping up right now, Minar.
Yeah,
I'm
Minar,
sorry, dude.
If you would have been here an hour ago before the shenanigans ensued and the giggles took over, you would have been good, man. But
I fucked up. I'm sorry, Minar.
I mean, dude, we had a good period where we had some callers.
These names, these people that have been like, oh fuck, I didn't know you were calling in. I don't know these names. That's a good thing.
Yeah, dude. And see, this is what's great. We're doing great work out here, Jason. Connor with one N is here. All right, Connor Jesus. Well, first off, Connor, I'm gonna need you to
Nazareth.
Connor of Nazareth. I'm gonna need you to turn some water into wine here for me, because I'm out. I finished my tall boys. Do your divine thing. But yeah, no, we're getting some new folks, and I haven't seen that are funny as shit too.
I'm enjoying this. You guys have definitely lifted my extremely depressed spirits. I'm sad I won't be able to talk to you people tomorrow.
Listen, we've done such great work over 2 days, Jason. We deserve a day off. That's what we deserve. We deserve a day off so Jason can go into TJ. He's going to be mopey, find that taco stand, drop down his pesos for those tacos. He needs to sit down at a table, not one of those trash-filled tires on the beach. He's going to sit at a table. He's going to have his beanie on. He'll have probably that Metallica zippy.
I have this Metallica hoodie on.
Right? Yeah. He's going to be sitting there, and he's just going to be like, these tacos are the best thing in my life right now. And there's going to be this beautiful woman, just the flattest of flat bottoms, just sits down across from him. Hey, you look like you could use a friend. And Jason's going to be like, well, I have 2 tacos. Would you like one? And she's like, of course. And they cheers the tacos. Naturally, the flat bottom woman he's sitting across is whiter than white. I will gather she's almost opaque. And Jason's just intoxicated by her flat bottom beauty. And he's going to be like, you know what? Flat bottom love. Let's go back to my place after these tacos. And he's going to knock the bottom out because the bottom isn't that deep. And Jason's packing a foot. So he can just get the tip in there, do the business. Maybe he's feeling, generous that night. He doesn't go balls deep, maybe halfway. Gives her the biz. And she's next Wednesday, we're going to talk sports. And he's like, Mac, I met the most amazing flat bottom white woman ever. She's sitting next to me right now. Say hi, Janet.
Say hi, Teresa.
Hi.
Or no, it's like, say hi, Linda Carter.
Oh.
Hi, Mac. And he's like,
Uh-huh. But see,
how famous do we have to be to get Linda Carter to come on the show?
Okay, first off, how famous do you have to be to have Linda Carter sit down, share some street tacos with you, and you give her the best 13 minutes of her life?
I'm pretty sure Hillary Swank came into one of our bars once. And because she said her name was Hillary, we're like, God, that lady looks familiar. She looks so familiar. And I think it was Hillary Swank.
Now,
so there's a chance that I could be possibly in the same place with Linda Carter if she chose to come here.
I'm going to put this on my vision board that you end up with Linda Carter. That's what I want. I want you to meet early 70s fat bottom Linda Carter so it changes your life, Jason. That's what I want.
See, Andrew brought up Diane Franklin. That was cool getting Diane Franklin on the show. She's married to a high-powered man. High-powered.
Listen, no one's as high-powered as me. That's all I'm saying.
Mr. Crash, if the booty ain't flat, I can't clap. Amen. A fucking man.
There's another t-shirt, Jason. Dude, we are getting these things. Bro, we can solve all our financial problems with just the t-shirts with the quotes on it. Just bam, we're good.
Some of these are pretty. I didn't think Anglo-pessimism was going to take off the way it took off. That shirt we dropped that shirt totally coincidentally right before Christmas.
Hold on, JC. Yes, I am manifesting for other men. I want good things to happen to Jason, even if it means me continuing to be lonely and drinking White Claw Tall Boys while we record an episode. Okay, like I'm okay with that.
Mac is closer. Mac is a lot closer to relationship bliss than myself. I'm extremely far away from relationship bliss.
Okay, what is relationship bliss? Because I don't know what the fuck that is.
I think you call it cuffing season.
Oh yeah, dude. That's what I want. I want a woman that's like, hey man, you're kind of thick, and I'm like, yeah, baby, I do squats, and she smacks me around a little bit. She keeps me around until late March, early April, and I'll be happy. I'm okay with that.
Coach looks at so Jason didn't wear the doll crotch. Snippy the Elf t-shirts, revolutionary Mexican man panties.
We can get those like tiny boxer brief shorts with Herbert the pervert on it. Give me that pickle.
Wait, we need the did you even try if you didn't get pink eye?
We do need that shirt.
Dude, somebody says, Jason, you're surrounded by a hot mix. So I before I go, I do want to say this on the This Is Revolution Instagram. I made a video of various things in Mexico because we had all the trolls that came in on the show on Saturday that were saying, "Oh, Mexico is this violent place. It's really a shithole."
Jason, I'm not gonna lie. Before I came on, I was literally debating just calling in and acting like a right wing vet bro.
Right wing vet.
Oh, you're like, is this Jason? How are you gonna talk shit about the military? I cannot believe you put that episode out. We defend America, not your commie nonsense.
Not that crazy Mexico.
How are you gonna speak for America when you don't even live here in America?
Oh yeah, they were definitely saying bullshit.
Oh yeah, like of course.
Yeah,
of course.
But I had video of that place and I had pictures of that place because I think they remodeled it and they made it super vampire gothy. And so if you look at this, there's a video on the TIR Instagram.
Hold on. Zach said, before I go, because we're going to wrap in 47 minutes, Jason.
you know, Zach's like, listen, dude, watch this. When he says before I go, he's going to talk for hella long. This dude does it all the time.
All the fucking time, dude. Hey, Zach, guess what? Just out of spite, we're going to cut it off now. Jason's not even going to finish his story.
Not even play the music, just fucking leave. So you guys can see the bar. I took some great pictures of the bar. You can see the bar. You can see TJ, why I love it. I'm hanging out. I have pictures of the witch, not the actual woman that owns it, but of the cafe and TJ. hanging out there. So you can see why Mexico is a wonderful, magical land of happiness for me and all of the other people that live here.
Jason, we do have to wrap up though. I have to be at work in the morning.
Do you really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Black Friday. Everybody's gonna come in and buy a car.
Dude.
Yeah.
We should talk to everybody like the fucking Snippy the elf.
You looking to buy a car?
Buy a car, buy a sled. I don't know. Wake up, Dad.
You want the Silverado? I'm gonna need that pickle.
Like, I want to find a picture of the dude, because basically the killer ends up being this crippled dude.
Oh my
that
God.
You like the whole thing in these made-for-TV movies are like, we have to give people a twist that doesn't make any fucking sense, but it's a twist. So they think it's misdirection, but it's not, because the twist is like, physically, it's not even possible that this guy could have done this because he's fucking crippled. But when he kills people, he would like put on mascara. And that's what, I guess, the mascara made his voice go like this.
That's right. Okay, Nuri. I'll tell you what. During a champagne room, I will make sure I'm tipsy enough, and I have a long list of Rebel songs, mostly by the Wolf Tones, that I will say, Jason, you need to sit back, and he'll take his earbuds out, and I'll fucking sing. All right? I'll do it. Okay? Actually, you know what, Jason? That sounds like a St. Patrick's Day champagne room.
Can't hear anything.
That's what we'll do. We'll do a St. Patrick's Day champagne room while I will sing.
You can
Rebel
sing
songs.
all you want. I can't hear anything.
No, I'm not singing tonight. I have to go to bed because I have to be at work.
You're fucking liquored up. You might as well sing.
I had 5 White Claws. That is not even liquored up.
You're not going to sing?
No, I'm not singing right now.
What if I leave the room?
No, it's not. No. Okay, first off, I'm not going to bend the knee to Nuri. I love Nuri, but I bend the knee for no man. When you tell me to do something, I'll do the exact opposite.
The next live thing we do on the East Coast and
Oh my
Nuri
God.
shows up, we'll make sure we have an after thing at a bar. And then you can sing all your Irish fight songs.
They're rebel songs, Jason, not fight songs. Irish people didn't just fight to fight. They fought to throw off the throes of colonialism by horrible British people.
Have you met some stereotypes? Because you people like to fight.
Okay, yes. Fuck you, Jason. You have me in a box, Jason, the same way my daughter did earlier. That's rude.
You like to fight, you like to bite.
Hey, man,
cutting off a dick tonight. Snip,
you like to bite, folks. Okay, that's enough. We're done. We're fucking done.
So watch Hotline with Linda Carter. Watch Not in Front of the Kids with Linda Gray.
And John Lithgow.
And John Lithgow. And watch John Lithgow be the most confused religious man ever. He goes to his lawyer and he's like, I want to sue for custody. And the lawyer goes, why? Do you think she's an unfit mother? And he goes, no, she's a great mom. He goes, okay, let me ask you this question. If she was to marry that guy or that guy was to leave, would you drop this case? And he goes, why, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, the lawyer's like, I don't think you should do that.
Connor Jesus of Nazareth was Jewish. Connor, we love you, my friend. Connor of Nazareth, you are now added to the TIR list of heroes with Pog chasing MLK and Malcolm railing against Plymouth Rock and the fat bottom white women.
Again and again.
Again and again. The
These
white
slick
woman.
talking preachers come here with their white women, with their deliciously delightful long bottoms. I
Now
say
what do-
no, brothers.
Stop taking the bait of the white woman with the fat bottoms. It is fake. It is the devil trying to
They
tempt
trying to
you.
seduce you with the pinkest of nipples.
And that starfish between those cheeks.
I say to you now, and I say to you forever. It's white women. I mean, black women. I'm going to leave.
Dr. King, stop drooling over that white woman in them yoga pants and get up here.
Martin got me into this shit.
Hey, Jason, there's where
Anti-racist. I can't do that anymore because that was one of those one-time things. Anti-racist, racist, slick Rick.
Dude, Jason, this is how we lose the Means TV deal right here, just with this.
So everything was fine. We're really to push some
Jason,
boundaries.
Matt, great to see you. Great to see you. But so the little bits about famous civil rights leaders,
we can't do that with our listener base. Our donor base does not appreciate when you mock famous black celebrities. The Puffy stuff's okay.
I mean, Puffy, it's still alleged, but it's going through the court. But Malcolm and Dr. King, like, would Dr. King really chase after what you would call fat bottom white women? and then here I am in the meeting. Yeah, he would.
Like, yeah, why wouldn't he?
And Jason's just like,
we're all like, you guys have never been in the hood, huh?
Yeah. Rick, Janie, hey, glad to see you. But have you seen a fat bottom white woman in yoga pants? And Janie's like, Mac. HR, yeah, Mac said it again. He did it again. Janie, do you have to put it on speaker every time until you learn your lesson? Yes. Oh, fuck.
Mac said it again. Look, thank you guys again so much for hanging out with us. I had no idea how long this was going to last. I appreciate Mac. Mac said, dude, I got 90 minutes. That was a bunch more minutes. That was 90 minutes ago. You had
but you know what? Again, full service co-host here. When Jason's like, yo, Mac, doing a call-in show tomorrow. Kuba's out doing Kuba shit. Like, Kuba literally referred to himself in the third person. Jason, I can't help you out. Kuba's doing Kuba shit. Like, that kind of offended me, but Kuba, I'm only kidding. Don't be angry, but I really mean it. But I gotta be here for my boy. And on top of that, we had a fucking phenomenal episode tonight. We did some serious talk, had some great callers. Connor of Nazareth, you did a fucking phenomenal job. I'm applying to teacher programs, and they asked me the usual lib stuff. My immediate impulse is jokes. You know what, Andrew? I will take that. Thank you.
That. Thank you, Andrew. I hope to meet all. I hope one day, sooner than later, we can do another thing like I got to do in LA with Brother Burgess and hang out with people. I don't know what's going on for the holidays. Me and Ben were joking but serious about doing something if Trump won in TJ, like doing a live thing in TJ on the other side of the wall, like a fuck your wall thing. So he'll be here, I think, this weekend. So we'll talk more about that. So hopefully we can do something. So for all you California people or even people that are close by, like, I didn't realize how close like certain parts of Arizona were to here. So if we do something live, come through. It'll be fun.
Well, Connor and Nazareth, I'll tell you right now, you start kicking in some Patreon money, we'll make it to New York. But we need you guys to help us out. You know what, Jason and I. Hold on, Jason.
Jason and I work very hard. And here on TIR, we're only funded through you, the listeners. And while we don't have a nice tote bag or a destination trip for you, if you'd like to see us in your locale, we're going to need those Patreon dollars. And I know you're all working hard out there. Things are tough. But if you've got a couple dollars to spend it on us. Jason and I are out here exposing ourselves in a metaphysical sense, not a physical sense, until we get ACAP cooking off the ground. Then Jason will totally expose himself. But if we get solid funding, we'll offer the tote bags. We'll offer the books. We'll have you call in and donate, bid on trips. We'll do all that for you. But here at TIR, we're supported by you, the listeners. So, if you've got a couple dollars to throw at us, go ahead and throw it our way. We'd really appreciate it.
Yes, Mac, it's true. Thank you for listening to listener supported. This is Revolution Podcast. Mac, you want to hear a true story before we go?
Of course.
Here, let me set up the Gonna Go music. We are 18 patrons away from 1,000. So you can now, what do you call it? You can buy a patron. You can gift a Patreon membership. You don't have to do the whole year. You can do a month, but you can gift a Patreon membership.
Yeah. I mean, and let's face it, guys. Jason and I are full of dick and fart jokes quite a bit. We talk a lot of sports ball, but you know what we do talk about? Community, trying to further the leftist project, and the worship of Connor of Nazareth. Okay?
Look, so on the top of the screen above Mac's head is a scan code. You can scan that code and you can gift a Patreon membership. So you can gift a $3 membership. It's a great stocking stuffer.
It really is,
all
Jason.
the access to all the dick and fart jokes.
Yeah, all the dick and fart jokes, champagne room, and trust me, you want to be there for the champagne room. Jason has these hilarious guests that come on. Occasionally, Cuba decides to show up.
I think before, because
Cuba again. I'm kidding again. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me, Cuba.
There's a button for that guy. With some things that got set up and changed around, there's going to be some guest hosts. So I'm kind of stoked for some of the shit that's about to go down towards the end of the year. But it looks like 925 Pittsburgh. Know what up? Somebody's watching from the 925. What's up, dude? I lived in Bay Point.
Let's go, Nathan Neiman. I'm here for all my Steel City.
No, that's Pittsburgh, California. That's
Pittsburgh, California. Then fuck you, Nathan. Fuck you.
Wow, no, I used to stay there. Whoa.
Okay, Jason loves you, Nathan. You're stealing a name.
Tony Redson, I'm gonna buy that for all my Trump family and friends. I would love,
dude. That
is my wettest
Tony,
dream come true.
My God.
To have all these right wingers like, I was with you until you said all that pro nigger shit.
Dude, Jason, we just do a champagne room and it's just like all the fucking people Tony like gifted patron subs.
I'm like,
wait a minute.
Linda Carter movies and heavy metal and all that good shit, and all of a sudden he went down the rabbit hole of niggatry.
Wait. Jason's black? When did this happen?
He's from California. What the shit?
Jason, do you own weapons? No. Oh, God damn it.
Oh, fuck, he's a pussy too. Shit. Oh, fuck me.
Hey, Billy Joe, he froths the milk in the coffee. What?
Oh my God, he's one of those them fairy fuckers. Oh, Jesus. Lordy be.
He's got a pride flag behind him right now. Billy Bob, he don't. Yes, he does. I seen it.
Just start making up shit about me. Oh, you live in Mexico. You must suck cartel dick. I'm like, wow, you took it to a real dark place there, hater guy.
Hey, listen, Billy Bob. There's not enough money
That's not on my OnlyFans right now for me to suck a dick. Okay, like just calm down, Billy Bob.
I was with the black fellow and the drunken foul mouth Irishman talking about Wonder Woman, but Harlan is Snippy's estranged father. That's why Snippy the elf is killing people, because of Harlan the racist.
It's gonna be funny. Means TV is gonna put us up, Jason, and on the abstract. They're gonna say the black guy and the foul-mouthed American Irish dude.
Racist Barney Fife. That's the character, Mac. It's a racist Barney Fife. Oh. Dude, Susan Lucci is in some good fucking some good made for TV movies. So again, Boomer Channel on YouTube, watch Hotline and Not in Front of the Kids. Tell me what they do in front of the kids. I don't know yet what he does in front of the kids.
Hey,
He's not
Claw.
supposed to do in front of the kids.
Again, Susan Lucci, just sit right here. I'm good. I'm good.
Is she still alive?
Yeah, she's still alive.
Speaking of long butts, and I hate Zach so fucking much because Zach was going to talk 47 minutes. Fuck you, Mr. Right Man. But fuck right off, Mr. I'm so correct. What's her name? Demi Moore in The Substance?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Have you seen The Substance, Mac?
No, but I read about it and I want to watch it because just the premise is, I think, is phenomenal.
The movie blew me away. First of all, it's a great movie.
But Demi Moore could still get it.
Oh my God.
Do you know who I figured out was at the top of the list? If given the opportunity, I would do it, Jason. Pam Grier.
Oh, yeah.
Like, them boobies are still torpedoing like they were in the 70s. She still seems feisty. She still seems like...
She's still frighteningly attractive.
Yes.
Oh, my God. She's got to be in close to 70, if not 70, right?
Yeah, yeah. But, like, dude, Jason, that's the top one. If Pam Grier showed up in Fayetteville tomorrow and was like, yo, Mac, you want to eat this like it's your last meal? I'm like,
you want to eat this like it's your last? Demi Moore is 61. Dude, watch The Substance. That movie, it fucked me up, man. I really enjoyed it. We're going to do a show about The Substance soon. We're going to do a show about a few different things. Again, there's a lot of fun stuff coming up.
Yo, Virtuoso brought up another good one, Jason. Helen Mirren. Yes.
Go watch the cook, the thief, the cook. Wait, no, the cook, the thief, his wife, and her lover. Watch, if you like Helen Mirren, I'm being totally serious. Watch that movie. Watch that movie. If you think Helen Mirren's attractive, watch that movie. It's one of the best movies you're gonna see. To me, it may be the best movie that came out in 1990. I think that came out.
I don't know if Nuri would agree with me with this. Nuri's actually Irish. I'm just a bastardized American version. But I would totally dick down Helen Mirren if given the opportunity.
Watch that movie.
I would do it for Ireland, Jason. I would be colonizing the colonizer, if you will.
Then watch that. It's on Amazon. Watch that movie. You're gonna be like, whoa. First of all,
Nuri, fuck you, dude. Nuri.
Loving Stone Temple Pilots makes sense now. Stone Temple Pilots is definitely the type of music you would listen to while being with an oldie. God damn. Damn, you guys are mean.
Bro.
You guys are mean. Look, we have to go. We've been going for almost 4 hours. We have to go. You have to go to sleep. I was supposed to go to a Thanksgiving thing all the way to Otay, and I don't know if those people are there anymore, so I have to see if they're still there.
Yeah, you should. Get some. Hopefully, Janet and Carly aren't in the corner.
I'm hoping that the one like friend is there that's single. That's like, I never fucked a black guy. This seems like something to do on Thanksgiving.
I'm not around my family. And what's your name? My name's Jason. Okay, so Jared, it's Jason. Okay, Jamal. Like I've never done it with a black dude, but like I'm super lonely,
So like, do you have a car? Can you not like make a mess in my back seat? Oh, I'm not promising anything because like I am super wet when I saw you walk in.
Jamal, yeah, whatever your name is, you. And I'm be like, well, happy Thanksgiving to me.
And while
Crying
you're
the whole time.
while you're throwing down the long dick of the law, crying a little bit, she's like, Jared, Jason.
She just put like the next day, my boy, she's like, oh, whoever Jamont was, he's really cute. His name is Jason. Yeah, Jarrell, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
His dick was like from my elbow to my wrist.
Just, hey, invite him next year. Like, you're not going to see him again? Nope. Going back to my husband.
I need some undercooked chicken, and my kids, Haley, Bailey, and Kaylee, all spelled very weird. I have to be a mom to them.
Oh my God. Haley, Bailey, and Kaylee. That's you know that song like What I Won't Do for Love, which is not about like kids' names, but that's what I wouldn't do for love. It's like I meet the perfect woman and she's like, I need you to meet my kids. Oh, what are their names? Haley, oh, yep, I'm see ya.
Wait, how do you spell them? Like is it traditional
but
spelling?
You said you loved me in my long butt.
It's Kaylee. Kaighle.
And then you went too far, ma'am.
No.
Too far. Right? You can pronounce all my kids' names. They're not spelled all goofy and shit.
See, right? That's the danger you're looking at when you get the long bottom yoga instructor with Live, Laugh, Love above the fucking couch.
Oh my God.
She's got some weird spelled kids' names, man.
I would totally be down with that if she was just nice.
Haley, this is your new stepdaddy, Jason. Hey, Haley, how do you spell your name? Haile. Bitch, get out of here.
Like, I'm sorry. I don't think it's going to work out. But you bought me a ring. Yeah, there's a lot of things I bought, but this isn't going to work out.
All right, I'm going to bed, y'all. I've done enough damage.
Superman's dad? Yes, it was.
I've done enough damage to our Means TV deal. I'm going to torpedo this just with my mouth. Like this is not good. We had a good thing lined up. And Jason's like, Matt, don't fuck it up. And I totally fucked it up.
Like spells Kaylee. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
spelled Kaylee the most. Is that a why does your name look like a hieroglyphic? What is that?
Why is your daughter's name spelled in Gaelic?
Like, are you Polish?
Yeah,
No.
like
we're just extremely middle class.
I drink raw milk.
Like that's all I can think is that.
Jason, I know you have cast iron pots and pans, but I only cook on the island in my house. Oh no, God. Baby, no.
Oh my God. Zach says they're not watching any longer, boys. You're fine.
No, Zach, that's where you're wrong. They had that one poor like intern that's supposed to monitor us to make sure we can like go on. That poor kid just like, oh my God.
Connor goes, you would think the yoga instructor got a curved bottom. What it is again, it's long and then it boom on the bottom. So think of a pear. So boom.
See, Jason doesn't like pear-shaped women. He wants the bottom shaped like a pear.
Yeah, bam, boom. Any woman that I liked that watches this show is like, I thought you were cute for 5 seconds, and then I watched your show, and you seem like a piece of shit.
Yeah. See, I tell people I'm on this show, and I feel that's what's working against me right now. They're like, I've seen like,
oh yeah,
like I tell them, and then they watch one episode, and I text them back. I'm like, hey, did you watch? And they're like, yeah. Blog.
Yeah. That's why you can't. No, dude. Like, no. Just do like hey, what do you do? I work on the internet. Like, what do you do on the internet? I write. All right.
I do play-by-play for porn videos.
Remember, I clipped that.
Yeah, no.
So you can share that clip.
So here we are at Fuckfest 4. Jason, how you feeling today? I mean, I think it's gonna be a great day. We've got great competitors here. all veterans. We've got John Steele, veteran since '78, still fucking like a champ. Whoa, look, there it is. It's a foot long, and she's so small. She's kind of cringing. This is bad. I think he's gonna pop. I think Jason, put the hood down. I'm not really in the mood. Jason, put the hood down. Yeah, I probably should. Just John Steele. What happened, bud? Well, I haven't done a scene in about 4 years.
Just got out of rehab.
Yeah, she was super tight. I didn't take any Blue Chew today. John, why? Yeah, why? You went all in without any performance enhancers. I know. I thought I could do it. I did it. 79 with John Holmes next to me, spit roasting. What's her name? And it just.
Gooning's going good. Hydration's still up. Lube maintained.
Yeah. Gooning.
We have I think we should start by doing. I'm totally gonna do this. We're gonna do play-by-play at the strip club,
dude. God,
I'm being totally serious. I'm being as fucking serious as possible.
I wish I could be there. I could just be like, "What, sweetheart? What's your name?" Esmeralda. Okay, all right. What are we doing today? What are we doing? Oh, so you're gonna go upside down on the pole, slide down between the cheeks into full splits. Phenomenal. All right, everybody. This is a very difficult maneuver to pull off.
No, I want to go into the rooms, the private rooms, and be like, so what's your name, sir? Henry.
It's like this, Jason. Sir, what's your name? Henry. Henry, what are you doing here? I work for General Motors, and I just came down to inspect some plants. All right, Henry. So, what is this beautiful young woman's name? She said her name's Cinnamon, starts with SIN. Great. So, what are we looking at? Just describe it. She's got a bra and panties on with a mesh shirt over top. Henry, what is she doing right now? What? I mean, I'm really uncomfortable with you here, man. What? Can you leave? No, okay. Well, she's taking her bra off right now. Oh, guys, she's got her titties just in his face. Jason, can you please stop? Like, she's putting a nipple in my. Oh.
Like I so want to do that, and then do like we did the post game, and you go to the girl like, how'd you do? Oh, it was a great time. He paid for the full half hour. He came really quick. It was kind of gross because I thought those polyester slacks would be a little thicker.
Here's Jason. Henry, how'd you? Man, can you please? I came in my pants. This is really embarrassing. My wife. Is this on the internet? Yeah, dude, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. Can you please not put this up? $600. Can you back the microphone up a little bit? Awesome. Okay, fine. It really won't go on the internet?
No.
Hands in the back. No, it won't go up. And Jason's like, so Henry. Henry described the big wet spot in your pants. I mean, there was a lot of friction there, man. Come on, dude. It happens to all of us. And Jason's like, not me. And Ben's like,
no,
not me.
Just you, brother. Just you. It's totally just you. All these other guys we asked, and it's just you. You're the only guy to do that. And she goes, yeah, it's just you. It's just you.
Cinnamon with an S.
You. Yeah.
It was just him. Nobody else nutted on me tonight. Henry, what do you have to say about that? Oh, come on, man. Just leave me alone. I work for General Motors.
You worked for General Motors. Yeah. Past tense. Learn the tenses.
No, now, Henry, is that going to be past tense? Probably at this point.
And now presenting the camel toe cowboy himself. I'm telling you, dude, that would be the greatest shit if you just do like that kind of shit, the before and after. I think it would be fucking hilarious. I think that now, when I got there, it would probably just be really sad.
You just got to find that guy from GM. Don't act like you can't find him.
Oh, fucking, he's there.
He's there.
He's fucking there.
Dude,
Oh
he's
my
got a
God,
6-day business trip. He's there 5 nights a week.
He's totally there. But look,
Yeah.
thank you guys. Mac, go to sleep. Everybody else, enjoy your family. To my family that might be watching this, I miss you guys so much. I love all of you. I'll see you Saturday. And we are.
Ow, please don't put this on the internet. Stop it. Stop it, Jason.